anti-intellectuality. Um, you know, many of them are like that. So that's the only reason why I debate them. Just kind of just push back against them and throw them hard. That listen, sit in your comfortable chair and be quiet. Stop dividing. Stop being divisive. Stop dividing the world just because you know you made thing your life and now you want to just look down on others. It's disgusting. You should be silenced as a flat earther, silence and put in a box somewhere and be quiet. All right. It's conceited, it's arrogant, and like I said, disrespectful. They need to stop it because we don't do that to them. We don't go around and say, oh well, you drove trucking for a living, and trucks are stupid. How come you only did trucking? Couldn't you have done something better with your life? We don't do that. We don't do that to you guys. If you're a
Stop
farmer,
fucking monologue. Stop monologue. Holy fucking shit. Maybe the problem is that you think you're smart enough and have this some type of authority to teach people anything. It's you. It's not them. And you're completely wrong. You guys, Glovers, here is the problem. You motherfuckers are the reason fighters are still around. Otherwise, they just be talking to themselves. Fucking idiot.
no, they would not be talking to
Yes,
themselves.
they
They,
fucking
no,
would.
no,
How long have you been doing
they
this?
they engage. They
How
speak us
long
out.
have you been having the flat Earth conversation?
They speak us out, and they are the
How
ones.
long have you been having the flat Earth conversation?
Oh, 2.5 years.
Okay, I've been in it for 10. For you to tell anybody how it is and why it is fucking ridiculous. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop.
Again, they're the one that sought us out.
Again, I'm telling you now, you have no idea what you're talking about, and you're making statements about how flat Earth and global reaction can communicate with each other, and you're wrong. The reason any flat earther is disrespectful is because Clover started being disrespectful when they found their flat Earth forum. That's where the disrespect started. It did not
No,
start with
No,
flat Earth.
no,
no,
it
Yeah,
didn't start
hey,
there.
don't tell
no,
me,
It did not start there.
don't
It
tell
was
me no, hey,
no.
don't tell me no. And you've only been here 2 years. Don't fucking tell me no. You don't fucking know. You have no fucking clue. And if you're not willing to learn and listen, then shut the fuck up.
That is not my experience with them. I'm telling
I
you,
know
when I
it's
was
not your experience. Your experience does not encompass what flat Earth and globe interactions are. Do you not
So,
understand that?
Why
are
are
you
you yelling
saying
and
because,
interrupting,
like,
Ron? Why do
a
you keep
few
yelling and
Glovers,
interrupting? That's really rude, man.
are you saying because, like, a
Because
few Glovers,
before you got
are you
here,
saying,
Boomer, he was
are you
fucking
saying,
doing it to me.
are you saying because a few Glovers have, like, made fun of flat
Not
earthers
a
that,
few.
like,
No, not a few. Not a few. It was rampant. It was what flat earthers did. Period. They dodge them. They fucking snipe the things. They talk shit. It's not a fucking thing. That was a couple. It was forums. It was YouTube channels. It was dozens of fucking trolls. It was groups calling themselves stuff that would make sure they did it to flat earthers because they didn't like them and they thought they were stupid.
they look for us. They
well, you
left the
guys say
door.
silly things. I mean, you guys say really
Then
silly things.
why do you continue to interact if you know what's so fucking wrong? Because you
Because
want
it's
to tell them
funny.
how stupid they are.
No, no, it's funny to hear silly things.
Okay, well, if you're here for entertainment, then it's even more of a reason for you not to have an opinion on why people are disrespectful. Because if you're going to be disrespectful, I don't know what you expect.
So, I see that's the problem. Like, you think it's disrespectful just to, like, laugh at something when someone says something silly. Like, that's not disrespectful. That's just a human reaction.
Uh, no, it's disrespectful when you start off to do it, and you have a
No, it's not.
okay, you say that, But you're here to do it. Shut up. It doesn't even fucking make sense when you say it. I'm not here to disrespect.
When you go to a movie that's
but I want to make sure they know how stupid they are for thinking that way. Ridiculous.
When you go to a movie that's a comedy and you hear something silly said and you laugh out loud, that's just like a human reaction. So it's no different than like when
Yeah, because this is a
you hear something silly outside of
to make
movie
you laugh.
and you laugh
obviously
at
don't
it.
get reality. But hey, you think flat earthers are disrespectful to you guys. That's funny. Whatever.
Yeah, like a lot of them are. I mean,
Oh, why? Why do you think they are? Just because?
I've literally been
No,
called.
the things that they say, Sean.
I
The things that they have said,
it's
Sean.
because I think it's because their feelings got hurt by like some other person, and they don't know how to cope. So that's their reaction.
Again, your
That's not
opinion.
the whole
It's wrong.
Huh?
It's your opinion, and it's wrong.
Okay. I
And that
mean,
might be for some
you
people.
say so.
But I've literally been called a demon in these forums. So I don't know.
How long have you been? Okay, again, I'm gonna ask the same question I asked the other guy. How long have you been in this discussion? I was like the
Couple of years.
Okay, then again,
Couple of years.
you guys are talking from a spot that does not have anything to do with why it is the way it is. Because I can tell you for a fact, it was 5-6 years of fucking flat earthers just wanting to have a conversation with themselves and having to deal with Clovers being fucking trolls, sniping, doxing, etc. So the way they act
But why does that?
in regards to how they were treated years ago.
And how does that justify me being treated like that today when I've known none of that?
Oh, because then blame the Glovers that are in the discussion, because the majority of the ones, any of them that have been here definitely longer than 2 years,
Yes.
are usually the ones that act that way. So you can blame them and
Well,
don't
it
blame
goes
the
back to what
flat
I said. Some person
No, I
said
blame the
something a
people who
long time
directed
ago,
it to me.
and your feelings got hurt by someone else a long time.
Yeah, and guess what? You're going to start acting a certain way because you have an assumption of how you're going to get treated, and that's what you guys are seeing. You guys are seeing reactions to how they're used to being treated, and they're going to continue to act that way because they don't know if they're respectful or not, because the majority are not. So blame the Glovers. So blame the Glovers if you want a respectful, honest conversation with flat earthers, and you get shitted on. It's because of the Glovers.
No.
Sorry.
But that's not how it works. If they got mistreated by someone,
I'm just gonna-
someone else, and now you're telling me to do the exact same wrong behavior and blame the people who aren't directly responsible for my insulting, the people who caused them to be mean. That's exactly the problem. That's what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blame the person that actually does the behavior for their own behavior, and I'm not gonna let them like cope and blame someone else for how they act. That's called being a child.
Yeah,
I don't like if you want to say like, hey, listen, I'm a little child, and I can only control my behavior based off the last person how they treated me or how someone treated me 10 years ago. That's how I'm gonna act from now on.
It's the last 30 people that they've talked to today. You fucking idiot. Fuck, man. Get your head out your ass. Quit thinking it's all about you. I'm talking about a general statement and how it still happens. You guys are playing on, they hurt my feelings. You don't get it. I'm not talking about hurting feelings.
It's how
I'm
we
talking
were
about
treated.
everything
Like I said,
everything that happened that made it to this point. And if you guys don't understand that part, that's not my fault. I've tried to explain
it's the same as what I just said.
on your own.
Hold on. It's the same as what I just said. I've been called a literal demon, but I don't attribute that to anyone except the specific people that called me that. Not all flat earthers did that or have done that, and I don't expect them to. Like, why would I go into a conversation expecting to be shit on?
Okay, do you shit on flat earthers because you think it's a stupid thing?
No.
Okay, then this doesn't apply to you.
But I am being shit on by flat earthers, so how is that right?
Okay, then I explained why they have their guard up all the time. That's why they have their guard up
See, that's the
all
thing.
the time.
I don't understand how
Having your
you
guard up.
like saying someone calling us globetards or idiots or something like that is having their guard up. That's not having your guard up. That's just being an asshole.
It is. No, it has
No,
their
that's
guard
just
up
being an
because of what.
asshole.
It has their guard up
No, that's just called
because
being
of
an asshole.
all. It has their guard up because of the
Nope.
situations that have happened already. So when you come into
That's
the
just someone
forum,
being an asshole.
okay, just a fucking idiot, man.
I'm sorry,
You gotta
but
figure
that's
it
just
out.
what it
Go
is.
enjoy yourself.
When someone
You
acts
haven't
like a
figured it out.
baby, when
You don't know
someone
what the
acts
fuck
like
you're
a
talking about.
baby,
Sound like a fucking idiot. You got it all figured out. Then why are you asking me questions? You got it all figured out. Why
I'm
are
not
you still
asking
having
you any
conversations?
question.
Why are you having conversations with people that are shitting on you? Why not stop having those conversations?
Because it's funny when they
Fuck.
say silly things, and I like to laugh
well,
at funny, silly things.
it's funny when it's funny when you're acting like a
I mean,
fucking
it
try
doesn't
some more.
sound like you're
Wah.
having like that. It doesn't sound like you're having a fun time. Like it sounds like you're getting very triggered, angry. You know.
Yeah, I hate talking to people who think they have it figured out and have no clue what actually is going on. But hey, you got it all figured out. You got it figured out. Keep going. Got it.
No, I don't have it all figured out, but I think I got.
No, you
figured
seem
out
like you
pretty
do.
well.
Yeah, see, that's exactly why you got it all figured out. Basically.
No, I don't have it all figured out. Like I said, I think I have you figured out a little bit.
No, you don't. You've talked to me for 35 seconds. You don't know shit, bitch. That's the fun part.
Yeah, you sound like a very angry little child.
Said the guy's coming in here going, well, they're making fun of me, so I can say it's funny. Fucking idiot.
Well, yeah.
Now
When like
I'm gonna
people,
treat you like you are. That's all there is to
like,
it. So now we're done
like
having
when
this
people
conversation.
say that,
You
like,
can
oh,
address your
density is the
you
reason
can
things
address
fall
your
down,
comments to
and
somebody
that they
else.
can't
Have a
answer why
conversation.
something that's less dense than something else submerges in that. You know, like
You're not even making sense
kind of
right now.
fun.
Try again. Start over.
Or when
Start over.
someone
Try
says
again.
that objects like get bigger as they get closer
Yeah,
to you,
I don't care about the topic.
but the
I don't care
sun,
about the topic.
but
I
the
give a shit
sun,
less.
as it goes further away from you and sets, doesn't get
You're probably
smaller.
the
Like
most fucking
it's kinda
global there
funny.
is. You probably just
Kinda
read some
silly.
shit and then you repeat it. The question is do you even understand what the fuck you're trying to say? That's the question.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, explain it to me then. Go ahead.
Okay, so do objects appear bigger as you get closer to you?
Excuse me. Don't ask me questions. I understand. I just want you to explain it.
Yeah, so it's very basic. Do objects get closer as they get closer? Do they appear bigger?
If you're talking about angular size, say angular size and just continue on. Fuck. You're not doing a very good job of explaining this.
I'm
Maybe
not
that's the
saying
problem.
like a person.
Just
Like when
explain
an
it.
object gets closer to you, does it appear bigger? I'm just gonna.
Just
Yeah,
explain
no, it's just a basic,
angular
human understanding.
size.
Like,
Fucking A. Just
when an
explain
object,
angular size.
no, I'm just gonna keep it simple.
Oh,
I'll just
okay.
keep it simple.
Well, that
When an
is
object gets
keeping it
closer to
simple.
you, does it
That's how
appear
you.
bigger?
I know you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about because someone who's trying to keep it simple would say, "I'm discussing
So-
angular fucking size." So when things get closer, the angular size of something gets bigger. That's simple. What you're doing is trying to fucking act like you know what you're talking about,
Oh, so-
and you're failing. Try again.
So you do know when an object gets closer to you, it appears bigger in size. You do
Hey,
understand
bitch,
that.
I didn't
concept.
say, I haven't denied or said anything isn't true. I said, can you explain it? And obviously, you have trouble. You can't explain it. That's all
Oh,
the
you
reality
don't
is.
think that
You know.
objects you don't think objects
Uh,
appear bigger as they get closer to you.
Oh, so now you're in the game of gaslighting. That's cute.
No, I'm just
No need to
asking you
gaslight.
like a
Hey,
yes or no
hey,
question.
how about this? We'll start this. We'll
And-
start it this way. Just so you understand, I know more about this topic than you do. Don't try to teach me. Just explain it. That's all you got to do. Just explain it.
So the way it works is if you if you ask someone a question, you're not gaslighting them. So that's number one. So
yeah, the problem is
yes
when
or
you
no,
said,
when an
oh,
object
when you
is
said,
close
oh,
to you,
you know how to,
so
you
yes
know
or
how
no.
that works. That's you gaslighting, you fucking idiot. You're playing a game like I didn't know,
so-
and you're trying to teach me.
So
Stop.
yes, so yes,
Stop.
so yes,
Just stop.
yes,
Just stop. Just stop, man. You're pathetic.
Hey, people are leaving the chat, guys. Can you stop this from being so ugly and make the chat a bit more attractive? Because people are leaving, and it's really bad. Sean, did you get out of bed the wrong side this morning or something? Go have a coffee or do something.
It's just really
I don't know, Sean.
You read the Globers or flat earthers are so mean, and they treat us like shit, not realizing that the fucking flat earthers have been dealing with for a decade now. That's the difference, right, Boomer?
Apparently, treating someone like shit is asking them if an object appears bigger as it gets closer to you. That's Sean's
that's what happened.
example.
That's
Treating
what
you like shit.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, that's what I mean. That's exactly the question
That's
that
what
I
you're
asked
running
you was.
with. That's what you're going to run with. Whatever.
Do objects?
I don't. Why are you telling? I don't care.
objects
Just
appear
explain
bigger?
it. Don't ask me. There's no need to ask me these questions. Just
No,
explain
I'm going
what
to
you're
ask
talking
you a
about.
question. Do objects appear
I'm not
bigger
gonna-
as they get
I am
closer
not
to you? Yes or
going
no?
to. I am not going to answer any of your questions because you're not teaching me anything.
I'm not trying
you
to
can
teach you. I'm
explain it?
trying to understand your
Okay. Yeah.
your
you don't need to.
apparent
There's
limited
no need.
knowledge.
Yeah. See. Okay. That's what the gaslight is.
No, I
You're
kind of
assuming
do
that I
need
don't
to.
understand something.
I need
Okay.
to
Well, go
know.
gaslight. Hey, go gaslight
I
yourself.
need to
We're done.
know the
We're done. We're done. Don't ask me anything. We're done. We're done. Don't ask me any questions.
I need to know if you are understanding the reality as they appear for everyone else. So the question
You're a
is,
fucking
do
moron.
objects
Just shut the
appear
fuck
bigger
up.
as they are?
You obviously don't listen.
No, I did listen to you not answer the question, which is why I'm asking you the question again.
Okay.
So
Hear me now. Stop
mean-
asking me questions. We're done. Hear me?
I don't think you're a mod in here, so I'm not sure if you can mute me or not. So
Okay. I
you
can
wanna,
tell
like,
you that I can definitely tell you our conversation is done. You fucking idiot.
if you want to deafen yourself or something, but the question is, do objects appear bigger as they get closer to you? Yeah, you can't answer that one, can you? That's a little too tough.
Yes, they do. I'll answer it for him. Yes, they do.
I told you that we're done talking.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Buma, do you think I know that answer regardless?
Well, you
I
said
don't
you don't
think
want
he
to
knows
talk,
the
so
answer, Boomer.
I'm just going to talk. Yeah, they do. What's next?
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Someone's
Oh,
obviously here to just censor the chat and try to fuck it up, so I'm just going to chat
that's
away.
what it is. I didn't want to ask these stupid questions like I'm a flat earth idiot. So I'm going to talk to you the same way since you like to play that gaslight game too. Fucking moron.
Is the reason why the sun sets
that's the best
because
part
it
we've had
goes
that
further
talk
away
with
from
you,
us?
because you like to play that gaslight game too. So I'm going to fucking talk.
Sean,
That's
is
why
the
we
reason the
stopped being
sun
cool.
sets because it goes further away from us?
So as long as he's going to address me, I'm going to continue to do that. Just so you know, Boomer. So if you
So,
don't like
Sean,
it,
do you think the
can
sun
watch
sets
too.
because it goes
Or
further
you
away
can
from
have
us?
a mod mute me or mute me or whatever. But when you jump in like that, I can give a shit less because you're just
Oh,
as bad
man.
as this guy is. Yeah, that's
The
why we've had
coping is
interactions before
hysterical.
about it.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, the coping is also funny. This is like another silly thing that you guys do.
And
You
she
guys
goes,
can't
"Fucking
handle
listen,
simple
you
questions.
guys,
So,
when did I say
so
I was
the
a flat
coping
earther?
is like
Fucking idiot.
hysterical.
This is why you're treated like a moron. When did I say I was a flat earther? When have I given you any information that would indicate that I believe it's flat? You fucking idiot. This is why I'm
When
treating
you
you like a
said
fucking
you
idiot.
globetards, when you said you globetards, that was like an indication.
Yeah. It's the same thing as a fucking altard. You know what an altard is?
No.
It's someone who can't get flat earth off their fucking brain and assume every conversation they will ever have is going to be flat earth like you do. You're an altard, just so you know. And you're not just a flat earther. And this is what I was saying to you 20 fucking minutes ago when you could shut the fuck up. See, that's why listening is much better. Makes you not look like a fucking idiot.
I just don't know why you're
You just go into rooms
defending them
acting like
so
a
hard.
bitch, and that's why you get treated that way. Because I don't like when people disrespect people, and especially when people disrespect them and act like it's not their fault. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and that's why I came in with it. You think the flat earthers are disrespectful? Whatever. Maybe you should try to figure out why they're so disrespectful.
I
Poor
think
people
certain
just
people
chat.
are disrespectful, irregardless of whether or not they believe in the flat Earth or not.
Poor people
Okay,
have
but
left
we
the
weren't
chat.
talking about
Hey,
people. We were talking about flat earth people, right?
No, we were talking about flat earthers and globers. So that would
That's
be
what I
like pretty
just
much
said.
all people. Yeah, so that would be like all people, because like, I
Well,
mean,
the
maybe
conversation
I'm
wasn't.
leaving out
The
like
conversation
maybe
wasn't
I'm
even.
leaving
The
out
problem
like
was
a
flat
point
earth wasn't flat earth.
percentage of like the human population that neither believes in a flat Earth or a spherical Earth. But
Okay, well, that's
I
the
thought like
population that go and seek out. What's the
when we say
percentage of people
globers
that
and
seek
flat
out
Earth,
to talk
I'm
shit
pretty sure we're
and be
talking about
disrespectful?
all people.
Okay, not the people in this conversation, though, right? Okay. And the whole conversation started because Star said that flat earthers are so disrespectful. The problem is that's not how it is.
A lot of them are.
Okay, now let's ask why are they? Are they just disrespectful assholes, or are
Yeah, I
they
already
being
went through this
defensive because of? Okay, well then
because
that's the problem. You
they
don't want to
have
listen.
like the mental like capacity of like little children, and when one person makes fun of them, they
And why?
they
Isn't
think
that why you said you were disrespectful to them? Because they were disrespectful. That's exactly what you
uh
said. You said I do it because they're
no.
mean. So why? So why is it so bad?
No,
That
I'm
doesn't make
not
sense
mean
for
to
you to
them.
defend.
I'm not mean to them. I just laugh at when they say silly things because it's funny. When I
I don't
hear
believe
funny,
you.
silly things, I laugh.
I've
Okay,
already got a sense of you. I got you figured out. You're disrespectful.
I'm sure you do.
Yep.
hello, Stace. How are you?
Hey, sweetheart. Tired today, so just don't mind me. I'm not talking that much like I normally do. I'm about to start a whole bunch of like vegetable soups.
Yeah.
It's gonna be peeling a lot of veggies and everything, so my hands are kind of be busy. How are you
Well,
doing
we
though?
just had someone in here who was just yelling and yelling and yelling and just wouldn't allow any conversation. You know what it's like when that happens? And I always
Oh, I
think,
do.
why are they here just yell? Hey? And the worst thing about it is 2 or 3 other people came and left during the rant. And now it's quite like, for fuck's sake, Sean, if you got out of bed, what are you doing in here telling everyone you're in a terrible mood? Like, I just don't understand that. And he was yelling and telling how everyone has no respect. But in doing so, by yelling over everyone, is showing that he has no respect. Like, dude, is that schizophrenic or am I just weird? It was fucking, I don't know, what happened then?
It wasn't Sean, was it? Because he had his camera on a second ago when I popped in, was it?
Yeah,
Sean
no, it
just
was.
It was? It was
Yeah, no,
Sean?
he just jumped in and was just yelling at everyone, not
Yeah.
allowing. Yeah.
I triggered him pretty badly. I don't know what I did.
No,
What
it was
did y'all
actually
do?
iStar was iStar talking about flat earthers, and he said, "You say we're all stupid and we're all this, that, the other," and he just would not allow anyone to say anything. Yeah, you didn't. You did keep him triggered, but
Is he a flat earther or not? Because like that's what I'm saying. Like he said, like, oh, we this. So I'm like, I just assumed he was a flat earther.
dude, I think he needs a coffee. Or did he get out of bed? I think maybe he didn't get a bit of a nookie last night or something.
It's
I
that
don't
full
know.
moon that
Needs a
hit us
coffee
the other
or a
night.
fucking
It's
root.
that damn full moon. It's kicking everybody's ass a little bit over here. I don't know. I'm feeling it today too. Just drained. I don't know what it is. I think we just do so much in our brains and stuff. Sometimes we're just like, and then we react a certain way. Maybe. I mean, I've catch myself doing it sometimes. If you're in that mood, you're irritable. Next thing you know, you're like, "What? How did I get here?" Especially like on gym server or something. Like, how did I allow myself to get to this point? And screaming, "Stop, Stacey!"
The problem is with gyms, and I haven't been there for a long time, is that you can see like 35 names, and all of them are just waiting there. What do they call themselves? Lurkers? Is it? They're just lurking. They just want someone to say something so they can jump on you. And that's why I don't go there. It's just like the intelligent, decent dudes is few and far between.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I was just scream meth head. That's all I keep hearing next time, all the time now. I'm just saying, is that you guys' only thing you have to say? It's you guys got a problem over here?
Yeah.
Do I need to get you guys some help? Who knows?
I know what you mean. The old full moon theory,
Hey,
though.
Taylor.
I've got a theory that people are just as crazy all the time. It's just that full moons, you might be out and you might see them. Whereas when there's no moon, you won't see them being crazy. So there's that. Cops used to tell me that full moon pay nights, this is when I was working in the bar, they used to say full moon pay night. So a Thursday night of a full moon was always the worst, according to them. But I never noticed that in the bar. I noticed people were pretty much crazy, I don't know, after 6 beers, I guess, or 4 scotches. Didn't really matter where the moon was. They were just crazy after alcohol. So I don't know, am I seeing the wrong thing because people are just crazy with beer or with alcohol, and cops are seeing it because they're out in a mixture of both? Or do the cops just see it and say, oh, it's another full moon pay night, let's get ready?
I just painted that. That's what it is. I know.
One thing is, though, if I get up in the morning, I wouldn't jump on Discord while I was driving to work, because I actually like to drive to work, and that puts me in a good mood, and I like to get to work 15 minutes early. So then it's a nice coffee, have a cigarette, coffee, ease into the day, and it's cool. If you get there late and frantic, it's like you're always catching up and the whole day is tiring.
Yeah.
So I like to cruise into cruise into work. Be nice, take it, just that little bit, not
I usually
flustered.
do like a sports recap and then news and then just forward.
No news. Let it out. Get it out. Okay. It controls your head. I mean, they don't say anything really that good on the news. That's the problem. I'm just like, please don't put me in a negative headspace. Then I wake up. I don't need to hear all the shit you're going to tell me it's gone wrong in my state or my, wherever I'm at right now, because I'm in Canada. It's a little different. I don't need to hear about it. Thank God they speak French and I can't understand half the shit they say anyway. So it's nice for me.
Well, a bit of news I like yesterday. We had a meteor last night here in Victoria. Just a big crashing meteor went through and made a noise and made a bloom and a blam and whatever. It was red with a green tail, and all these people were ringing up the radio and saying, yeah, I saw it, I'm in such and such. So I don't know because it was night time at the time, but I dare say they probably found where it hit if it did hit. But it was a boom. People were saying they thought a tree fell over, or one guy said he thought a drunk kangaroo crashed into his house. So it's cool. I like that sort of news.
Yeah, that's when it's okay and it's funny. I wish news could be more like that. You see back the way in the 90s, some stuff too. It'd have something to report was, good or something about your school, how they're going to change it. So, something. But no, it's just a lot of it's, at least where I'm from, a lot of it's the same paste and copy bullshit. And they'll keep repeating that same 20-minute span of news for the next 5 hours over and
Yeah.
over. So you hear that same negativity. So that's why I quit listening to all that shit for so long. I was like, no.
And it's
Especially when you're ready to
Listen
work beginning of your day. No.
listen to NPR. They got like random stories on there, feel good stories.
What I think's worse is all the politicians. Just shut the fuck up and run the country, will you? We don't want to hear about you doing this shit. Just tell us stories about animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I got like Jim Server, like 6 people to go on a whole animal hunt for me the other day. It's just this animal here. I swear. I was like, listen, it's a squirrel, but it's not a squirrel because the tail, it doesn't have the same tail. So this little tiny 1.5 to 2 inch tail. It looks like it's thick. It's about a half an inch thick. And I can't explain. It's like a rodent, like a possum tail, but not. It's got fur on it. I can't. I was like going through the whole thing. Everybody's posting pictures, trying to find this damn thing. What ends up being, it's a squirrel. But it's got its tail cut off last year, like a baby, and it doesn't really go around with the other ones. It can't climb the wires in the trees correctly. So it's kind of like, a little tree. I'm sorry, I said tree. Squirrel, a ground squirrel more now because it doesn't go up, but it's still hanging around. But it makes you think it's a whole new animal species. But they all went on a hunt trying to figure out this animal, which actually was kind of fun. It was more fun than the normal shit we talked about.
Yeah, my dog must have bit that tail off or something.
Right? Hey, it looks kind of cool. You know what? Though normally those animals don't survive very well, right? It's thank God it's here and it's staying here and it's getting the recycling bin. They're really sweet in this little spot in Canada, so they're not trying to harm it or anything more. But honestly, normally those animals don't, so you won't see something like that. So when I thought, I really thought, hey, I found a new species of animal. What is this? Is this something totally new? But no, it's kind of cool. But I did get a video of it today as well. But yeah, Sean and all of them were like, thanks, Stacey, for like taking another 20 minutes of our life trying to find an animal that isn't a squirrel but is a squirrel at the end of the day. Hey, shit happens.
Why was it different though? Was it just one that had lost its family, or like what? Why did
It's
you
just
need
his
to identify
tail.
it?
I mean, because his tail is not like the regular bushy tail that stands up and has all the fur that's real big and everything. It literally looked like a rodent tail, like a mouse tail more. So I was thinking, well, listen, I've seen kind of animals like that look like this too, but it's not identical. They have so many different types of tree rats and mouse this, and it's not a mouse kind of looking face that looks like a squirrel. So many different animals that look alike. If you look up like a mouse and a squirrel, quite a few animals. Yeah.
Have the New York black squirrels made it up to Canada yet?
I think I've seen one black squirrel, but I think the ones I see are gray. And I think I saw one red one since I've been here, but a lot of them are gray.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of like squirrels in New York City now that are all black.
They're so cute though, the black ones. They're so actually I love all the damn squirrels, to be honest. They're the cutest things ever.
Well, are they surviving because they can hide better? Like, what color are they normally?
I mean, mostly squirrels are gray. I always thought, but like I don't know, black squirrels. like in the city, there's always been black squirrels.
It's where you're from. They have brown squirrels where I'm from mainly. Okay. Then they have black, red. They're not black because they're in the dark. You're so funny. Uma.
I've always thought they were
No.
browns and
No,
browns and red.
I just I assumed he meant like the pavement or something like the black pavement. Like I didn't. Were you making a racist joke about like splitting into black people? Like I don't know where he was going with that.
No, I wasn't. No, I was just saying,
No.
like, were the black ones hiding? Therefore, like, people like kill squirrels, or do the dogs eat them, and the dogs can't see the dark ones, but they can see the brown ones?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to look like rats or something. No one wants to fuck with the New York City rat.
It is different how they, I mean, it's strange in a way that they have different colors in different places. But I wouldn't understand why the black ones are surviving more in New York. I wouldn't actually expect there to be more black in New York, to be honest. That just doesn't sound right at all in this conversation, black squirrels.
I don't think they have a lot of predators in New York to begin with. Maybe a couple hawks.
Right, or something. I'm have to look this up.
What about?
Why they are certain areas.
Well, isn't like New York? Is it New York Central Park? Isn't that like one of the biggest parks in the world?
Uh,
So who knows
maybe
what you
maybe one of the biggest parks in a city, but I doubt it's nearly like the. I doubt that it's like one of the biggest parks in
not
the
national
world.
park. Yeah, I think you mean I mean, yeah, I don't know what the proper wording is, but yeah, not a national park like Yosemite National Park or
It- Here's
fucking
what's funny,
where
Buma. Look, I'm looking this up. It says no, Central Park is not even the largest park in New York City. It
isn't
is
it?
large. No, it's an iconic park, and it's actually the sixth largest in the city. The sixth, unreal.
So wait,
Okay.
what are the biggest parks in the city? Do you have the list there?
Belham Bay Park in the Bronx is the largest, followed by Staten Island, Greenbelt, and Van Cortlandt. I don't know what the hell that is. Park. Central Park encompasses 843 acres, while Pelham Bay spans about 2,772. Dang, it's a lot.
So it's
One,
probably
three.
just.
Yeah,
Well, Bronx is in Manhattan, so that's weird.
it's huge.
So
It's
what is
three
New York
times almost
Central?
the size of Central Park. Holy crap!
What is Central Park's claim to fame though? Because I know it does. There's something about it that stands out. So if it's not the biggest, what is cool about it?
Maybe just in Manhattan, but
Possible. I've definitely heard its name mentioned in a sentence with the something or other. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's the biggest collection of native plants, or it could be something like that. Because yeah, when you do trivia, you hear a lot of those questions, and they get mixed up a bit.
I would just imagine it's the biggest park in Manhattan.
Well, Manhattan's not just New York's not just Manhattan though, isn't it?
No,
Like
it's just it's one of the boroughs. So there's 5 boroughs. There's Manhattan, there's Bronx, there's Brooklyn, there's Queens, and then there's Staten Island. And those are the
Okay.
5 boroughs that make up.
Right. And is that New York City or because there's New York State as well, isn't there?
Well, yeah, those are the 5 boroughs that make up New York City.
Right.
And then when you go north, you hit like Westchester County, stuff like that.
Yeah, but is it like I mean it's a pretty big fucking city, isn't it? Like I mean cities are pretty large nowadays, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, like if you include all the 5 boroughs, then yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Like is pretty big, but
I did cut out. You did hear me saying why it's iconic, right? It's just like the most people visit there, and it's very first landscaped park in the United States. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that because I cut out.
No, I didn't. It's the what, sorry?
Okay, it's the very first landscape park in the United States.
very first.
Yep, landscaped park.
Oh, okay.
So it became popular because of that, and then 42 million visitors visit that place within since like a year or something like that. Yep, a year. It says 2016. 42 million a year visit it.
Well, that would make it one of the most visited parks, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
That's a
It
lot
is
of
the most. No,
people.
it is the most visited. That's why it's iconic too. So those are the two things that make it iconic. It is the very first
Right.
landscape park, and there's 42 million people that visit that place, that urban park, a year. Yeah.
Right. Okay,
That's
so
it.
that's
That's
where
the
I
only
was
two
thinking.
reasons, though.
Yeah. So it's the
I guess-
biggest visited park. All right. So I did have at least it does have a biggest about it. So I hadn't totally destroyed that brain cell. That's good to know. 42 million. That's
Right.
800,000 a week. That's a fucking lot of people. Like how
Insane amount of people.
800,000. That's like our big sporting events get 80,000 people, our grand finals and whatever. That's 10 times. That's one of those a week, every day rather. You guys get the crowd of the Melbourne Cricket Ground, or whatever you guys have got. You know, your big parks, your big fucking
Mhm.
sporting arenas. It's like you get that every day. How do people
Yeah.
not? It's got to be like India. I can't just imagine that many people coming and going.
Hey, you learn something every day or relearn it. Sometimes I'm relearning stuff and I just forget it completely.
Tell me about it. Yeah, always. You know what's
I'm
terrible
getting
though is
old. For
when
me, it
you're
is.
trying to think of something like oh, what did I hear someone say the other night? A really good little proverb. It was when things don't compete, when they complement each other, they tend to be more successful than when they compete with each other. And I was like, that applies to people really well. And I was trying to say it, and I was trying to think, compete. What's the other word? Fuck, I couldn't get compliment. I just like the word was missing. It's like the draw was over and nothing was there. Like I was thinking, what's that word? Fuck, I only heard it a day ago. Oh, God.
Maybe we need to reformat our brains, Boomer, as we're getting
Mhm.
on.
For sure.
Yeah. I think it's more to do with our, what is it? We've made a discovery here. You guys might do this. If any of you take a vitamin supplement, go and have a look if there's vitamin B11 or B6 on it. Because apparently it's good to have some, but they're adding it to supplements, and I think it's just good for you. But if too much of it gives you brain fade, and what else to do? Oh, it's just really, really bad shit. So if you're taking supplements, they stick it in a lot of supplements and you can't see it on the label very well. So now there's a big thing for everyone to go and check and see how many things you're taking. You've got vitamin B11 in them. And if they've all got it, stop taking all of them and have only one.
Yeah, I know that. I think it's called folic acid in English.
Oh, okay.
That's part of a B vitamins, and if you lack that, you do get you stop remembering things, you get a bit confused, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
My
brain fog.
wife,
But
my wife had to go on that medication a couple of times because she's running low, and then she goes full all over the place.
yeah, but it's the opposite though too. If you're having things that have got it and you're getting enough, and then you're taking a supplement that adds more, it can also cause brain fog. So now that's what they're saying. Look out for vitamin B11. Like, it's cool to have it. It's not bad for you. It's just that having it fortified over and over with different tablets. So if you eat good food that has it, and you eat the tablets, and you have like Barocca, which is that stuff you have for hangover. If you have that and then some vitamin tablets, you might be creating the brain fog.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you overdo anything, you might
Yeah.
end up getting some really bad side effects. I don't take any vitamins. It seems like my diet is such that I don't need them. I eat a lot of fish, vegetables, homemade bread, proper bread, stuff like that.
Right. We just gotta be careful. I mean, I know
Yeah.
that they're telling me that I'm like really low on B12, and I've been on low on B12 for a very long time, since I was 18, because I don't consume nutrients correctly with the stuff they've done to me. And they want me to take a B12 supplement all the time. I don't ever take this shit. I'm always low. And B12 is good for your memory, your brain, all this stuff, a lot of things. So if you're low on B12, it's not good like I am. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm on point with my memory most of the time. I'm doing pretty good. So I think there's something more to it, even with these low supposedly vitamins, or you can't think, you can't function. I think it has a lot to do with they just want to tell you this sometimes too. But it's important to still take your vitamin. If you're eating healthy, I think we'll still be okay in some ways. But yeah, protect your brain.
Yeah.
Don't eat stupid shit. Try not to.
Yeah, and sometimes it seems like the different vitamins tie in together. Like vitamin D is very important for quite a few of the other ones. Yeah, just be taken off by your system and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, just like when they're learning about my iron, they were just going through this with me years ago. Actually, it's been a long time. They're trying to figure out how to make my body consume the iron. And a lot of people who have this problem cannot, because I'll go down, they'll put it in me, and I'll go right back down to 1. They're trying to get my body to absorb it naturally. And they're trying to figure out, I think it was like 6 years ago, they said, are you willing to take some vitamin C supplements? Because they found out that vitamin C tends to help you absorb iron. So I was like, sure, well, why not? It's just a vitamin and a vitamin, right? But these are things you can naturally get. So we buy pressed orange juice, 100%, you know what I mean? And that's where you can get your vitamin C and whatnot too. This natural, better for you than a supplement. I wouldn't recommend supplements, to be honest. They've never did anything good for me. Most of them are synthetic, by the way, too, that they hand out. So be very, very careful.
Yeah, they are. It's too bad,
Another
though. I
one
mean,
too.
if I remember correctly, in fact, we do have genetics, but it's turned off. Why can't they come up with it, give us a shot, and you turn it back on again? And then you don't have to eat any vegetables to get or fruit to get vitamin C.
Well, there is one, yeah, like you said, you like to eat fish, but sometimes, yeah, true, tuna is good for you. It's got all those, what are they, little omega things and la-di-da, lots of good little numbers. But if they store it in a can with salty water, your salt and your water intake's gone up real bad. So, oh, fuck, because, like, a lot of times you just can't get fresh fish, and you do have to have your tuna from a can. Yeah, so that's a bit of a bastard. Like, you try to eat well, but you're knocking your salt content up to the point that it'll kill a fucking whale. Like, oh, no.
I'm lucky in that respect. I can walk like 200 meters from the house and catch fresh fish. I want to.
I've got a possum outside. He just jumped over the roof. He's got his fucking safety boots on.
Possum?
Possums walking across tin roofs with safety boots on is not a survival skill, I can tell you that much.
It doesn't sound like it.
Oh.
You guys are talking about supplements?
Yeah, kind of. We can talk about here and there and everything, but absolutely supplements with fiber for sure.
These refined chemical compounds do not get absorbed into the bloodstream properly. Like, you should be getting your stuff from natural raw food sources and not these pressed pills.
Exactly. I was just explaining, because that's what they want to hand out to me, hand those, and the more you take those, they don't really do anything to help you. I mean, they haven't mean to do. I think it's the opposite effect. Even their iron treatments, I had to stop them. And it's the opposite effect. The 2 first ones they gave me were synthetic. I had a serious problem with them. And then they said, we'll give you the real iron because the insurance had to prove it. And that one was the last one I ever received because I had to knock my arms to no end, and that felt like it was fire in my veins. So listen, I'm done with this stuff. No more. I don't care, because no matter what, anyway, it just doesn't work. It doesn't hold. So
I want to read
better
this.
to get something else.
I want to read this then real quick. This will be fast.
Okay.
Natural vitamin E, D-alpha tocopherol, has only 1 stereoisomer, while synthetic vitamin E, di-alpha tocopherol, contains a mix of 8. Research shows the D-alpha form, the natural vitamin E, is better retained and used in the body, meaning synthetic versions, when mixed with isomers, result in lower bioavailability. This is supported by the pharmacokinetic studies showing higher serum levels after ingestion of the natural form compared to the synthetic mixtures. So supplements are a scam. Like, they should just be selling natural raw food, like dehydrated everything in its raw form. The fact that they refine everything is useless. It's to they're trying to prove concept of their model that this is all necessary. If you can't get access to the natural raw food, then this is like an alternative, and they're like building their whole health industry around the idea that some people don't have access to natural raw food.
Well, we should. We should.
I think just as we talk about, I mean, a healthy diet with a variety of fish and meat and vegetables, proper bread, not the loaves, homemade whole grain breads and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Right. So the health industry is a scam. So they're lying. They're giving you fake medical advice when they got a whole shelf load of refined pills. Yeah, that stuff is actually really bad for you, but they label it as healthcare. That's a whole scam. The health industry belongs in jail, all of them. Lock them all up.
Or sometimes I have a friend. He needs a monthly shot of, I think it's vitamin B, because his body is not capable of taking it up. See if he doesn't. And after the shot, he gets really sick for a couple of days, and then he's fit as a fiddle again.
Yeah. They were giving me shots of vitamin B12. Wasn't doing anything. I had the same reaction. There has to be a way we can find this naturally in every single thing that we do in life. It's not something we should have to pull from a vial. No, there has to be another way. They have it also. You can take it on your tongue, which is probably the best one I've had so far, which absorbs in your cheeks. But to be honest, that doesn't really do much for you either. I don't know.
I worked at a vegan supermarket, and there is no restriction to access to whatever the F kind of food you want. Like, we carried stuff from China and India, all these fancy spices, natural, raw, organic spices from around the world. You can get everything. These supermarkets, they're just scammers. That whole health and beauty aisle is all, even cosmetics is a whole nother problem. They do the same thing in that field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to be putting all that stuff in.
Do you know how much it costs? It costs $75 for a very small vial of foundation that is natural and minerals and all this stuff that is not nasty in your damn stuff. And I just showed somebody this the other day. I said, this is why people aren't doing it. $10 CoverGirl, 15 maybe you can go up to $20 to $75, half the size. Here you go. And it's insane. You need to learn, everybody out here, if you want to learn how to make your own makeup, learn how to make your own soaps, learn how to make your own candles, learn how to freaking make your own bread. All these things.
Yeah, but I remember some years back, I read a story about, as you said, cosmetics. The production cost was about 100 NOx, which is about $10. But the price in the shop was 10,000 NOx.
It's so funny how that stuff is literally for health and beauty, quote unquote. And if you ever put those products in your mouth, you make like the most disgusting face. Like your face cringes up. It tastes nasty. Dude, you can't eat anything in the health aisle. But you're actually like chewing one of those pills.
I wouldn't go into like a ordinary shop for an old model or whatever to buy. I would go via a doctor or something like that to get the prescription drugs. I think those are
petrol. It's all petrol-based medicine. They're using petrol as a. Hold on, I have to look this up again. I want to say
they call the organic aisles and stuff. You still have to pull out each bag of all that shit, like the Simply and everything. No, it's not organic. No, this isn't this. Look at the back. And then it's telling you it's got soy this and this, that, and listen to this. No, don't want that. Palm oil. Nope, don't want that. Like, it goes over and over. It's in this shit too. Still got to be careful. I still don't want your canola and vegetable oils. You got to find the certain brands. They use sunflower and all the good, the better oils and stuff, but they're expensive. But there's only a few compared to the other. Well, we need to have a large amount, and then the small amount's garbage to choose from. It's vice versa. We need it backwards. We switch it up.
It's fascinating how these companies manage to create artificial needs for us, and we buy it.
Oh, I know. I see it. Meat, no meat. Plant-based, meat, no meat. I've already tried it because people want to try me make me a vegetarian, and I'm like, listen, I'll be a vegetarian, but I'm not eating fake meat. That is not meat, no meat. It's like beep. I keep doing it. It's not good unless I can make my own somehow, where you're gonna think it's meat. But that's like people use mushrooms for that, to mimic that and stuff. You don't have to do this.
I'm so glad you just mentioned that. There is a type of mushroom that tastes exactly like chicken and has the same amount of nutrients and everything. It's literally just as healthy, requires no slaughter of an animal.
I used to go with a
they're putting together though to make that shit is gross, like that stuff in the package. That's all I mean. It's disgusting.
I used to go with a veggie chicken. She used to mix up what was beans and canned tomatoes. This was a real quick, easy veggie. And something like vegetarian yeast or something yeast, she'd mix it in. And it actually tasted like a pizza. You know what I mean? Like a bean pizza. It was kind of yum. And I liked it. Like, I'm a meat. I love fucking meat. And I'd eat it and be full. And then 45 minutes later, your stomach's rumbling. You want to eat something again. It's like there was just nothing in it to digest. Although it was nice to eat, I thought, no wonder these vegetarians are always angry and skinny. They're always hungry.
The yeast is supposed to do it expands inside your stomach, whatever you're eating. It like creates that fake gelatinous substance where you think your stomach is full. and that actually
Yeah.
it dissolves much faster than these denser fiber foods.
Yeah, it was like yeast
But
flakes.
all you gotta do,
It
sorry.
looked like fish food, but it did give it a cheesy taste as well. Is it actually cheesy yeast or something for vegetarians? It's something they do.
Yeah, it's that yeast that makes it taste this way. Yeah.
The number one thing that people don't realize about being vegan or vegetarian is you're supposed to eat a lot throughout the day in very little amounts. Like you're constantly snacking. You're not like sitting down trying to get a big hunk of vegetable and then feel full afterwards.
Yeah.
You maintain those energy levels by taking little nibbly snacks here and there.
Yeah, for instance, I'm making a huge pot of vegetable soup, and we're going to have really good homemade bread and butter to dip it in and everything. But that's not going to fill you up. You're going to eat that damn bowl of soup, maybe two even, and in a couple hours, you're going to be like, you got some more soup? So it's going to, the whole damn pan's going to be gone tonight. We know this. You plan on that.
When I was a kid, I used to go around to an Italian kid's place, and his old man, he had like was a wood-fired oven out the back. And what he used to do, he used to get these things called cooking pots. They're like a small pottery, like what you grow roses in or something like that, like small pots with no hole. And what you do is put all your ingredients in. You want to cook like a little stew, and then put some cheese on top, and then make a glob of bread on top, and throw it in the oven. And then when you pull it out with your little handly things. You tip it upside down. So what's cooked in the pot now goes into the big dough bread thing, like a crusty bread. It's like a pizza. He said these are the original pizzas. Gee, they were fucking yummy. He used to really make them nice.
I know what you mean. They tend to do that quite a bit with soups as well, especially in Hungary. You have these bowls of soup, and you have these big sort of balloon kind of dough on top of it, fried.
Yeah.
It's really tasty.
Yeah, and you actually break the edge of the thing off and scoop the bread into your mouth, and you basically eat the bowl. So I guess when it's cooking, the liquids all steaming up would go into the bread dough and give it a flavour as well, wouldn't it? But they were yummy.
I think it's nice, yeah.
Yeah, well,
you guys are killing me, because now I'm thinking about yummy beef, right, and the gravy, like a Manhattan or something with the bread and the mashed potatoes and everything's going into. Oh my God, I'm so hungry right now for some beef.
Well, I've got a feeling what he did was put dumplings on top too. So he put all the vegetables and stuff in, then the little dumplings and a bit of water, then the cheese. So when you tipped it out, the cheese was first, then the dumplings, then all of the rest of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was yummy though. And he was from northern Italy, like Trieste or somewhere up near Venice. So that was definitely not traditional pizza, but he said it was the original way they make pizzas, and you could make a lot for a lot of people that way if you had a big oven. But God,
are you talking about putting beans in bread? What is the recipe?
No, you put it into a pot. It's like a plant pot. You pull all the stuff in like a stew, whatever stew you want, or soup, thick soup. Put it in, put some cheese on top, and then put a big glob of dough on top of bread. And the bread is the bowl.
Like bean bread. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, the bread becomes the bowl. So you tip it upside down and all the stuff in the pot pours into the bread.
I suggest everybody go out. There's a brand called Minoko cashew butter. This stuff tastes better than normal butter. I don't care what anybody says. And it actually has better nutrients in it for you than regular ass milk. But they claim that if you refine your shit too much, then it actually loses its bioavailability. You don't have to do that with cashews. Cashews, they preserve all of its bioavailability, even when you reduce it to a butter.
That's why I really like these farmer markets that's popping up more and more now, where you buy local produced food straight from a farmer, not hyper processed and all that. It's a bit.
Next time you go to the grocery store, definitely check it out, Stefan. Go to the grocery store, go to the vegan dairy section, find the brand called Minoko butter, dude. This stuff is freaking amazing. You have to try it for sure.
I don't think we have it over here, but I'll look after it anyway.
Yeah, find any cashew butter. You're gonna like it. You just can't use it in making cookies. You put it on like a spread as your toast or something like that. Yeah, it's not.
Why can't I use it? Why not? So
because of the something about milk. There's something about milk that does something when it's baking. That there's no cream in the cashew butter.
Oh, yeah, right. So if you throw it in a frying pan, it just sort of disappears and burns up, sort of.
Spread it on toast. That's what I do with it. That's when it tastes the best.
This is
I mean, you can melt
absolutely
it
the
all you want, I guess.
wrong time for me to talk about food, because I've had my son over for dinner and he is quite late, so local time is almost 8 o'clock in the evening. So I'm starving, and here we are talking about food, huh? Very nice.
Yeah, what's even worse, dude,
Haha.
you should go on Instagram and just scroll through all the food.
Yeah.
It's even worse. I know. Makes you want to cook all this different things. Oh my lord! I want a German chocolate cheesecake now. I want a ton of different stuff because I keep selling these different recipes. Bad.
Yo. There's this episode of a TV show. Never mind. Whatever.
Yeah, but that's kind of what we do as well. I've done the bread stuff on top. People put biscuits on top of their stuff when they cook it in the oven too, and then they turn it over, or dumplings like you're talking about. Same thing, but also cornbread. And they'll dump the cornbread into the food, like if you make a Mexican bake or something like that, or Mexican tacos and everything, and onions and peppers, and then corn. They'll throw the cornbread on top, and they cook the cornbread into it, and then slice it out and feed you too. So there's a lot of people that put these breads and mix them into it. I do love a good bread bowl with some,
Yeah.
broccoli and cheese
Well,
soup or something. Oh my god, yes, too.
It's got to be a crusty bread though, so it holds because you've got a liquidy
Correct.
kind of thing going in, so you've got to be crusty, haven't you? Yeah.
That's one of that's one of the things I've missed when I've been to the US. It's proper bread, in the shops.
It's
To-
nowhere hardly. Nowhere. Have you found it, Savon, here? Because I have to find it. People tell me to go to Panera Bread when I was in the United States of America. I would find one loaf that I found in the store. Could not believe it. And they had one. They're starting to make some artisan bread, and we look at the ingredients. There is like nothing that's the equivalent to the bread in Europe or Canada or any of that. I can't find good bread.
I totally agree. I don't know what it's like in bakeries over there. I know like it's a proper bakery though, but in the shops, supermarkets and so on, nah.
Most of the bakeries are all donuts, cookies, like you know what I mean. I found one I was selling some bread for $20 a loaf, and it wasn't. It was like old vegan bread. And it wasn't what I wanted anyway. I can't find a good bread shop. Maybe if I went out way in the middle of the country, and you might find a local shop that's doing it. But majority of these cities, or anywhere even close by the cities, you're not finding any of these good breads. In Canada, you can just drive down almost any corner store and they got it. And they call it a bakery and it has bread.
We have plenty of really good bakeries when it comes to bread. All kinds of soda, walnut,
Yeah.
olive bread, you name it. And there's a lot of grain in it, coarse grains. It's just not like the white kind of sticky bread. A lot of nutrients.
It was the one thing I missed. I missed tea being over here, the sweet tea, iced sweet tea, which I've brought now to, over here now to Canada. But then I also missed the bread when I went back home. Couldn't find it anywhere. And there was no way I was just going to walk into Panera Bread. I mean, I go to a commercial place to get good bread. Huh? It wrecked my brain. I couldn't do it. It's impossible.
You have to make them your
Oh,
own.
one more
on
thing, you
your own.
cannot find good tortillas. Like actually zero tortillas hardly they exist. And I'm sorry, I'm not eating those nasty ass keto ones too that don't taste like tortillas, flour tortillas. You can't find them. You gotta make your own. It's impossible. I cannot find one brand that's actually good for you.
You mean like soft
Anybody
tortillas?
knows, you know. Yes, soft
I know the
tortillas, flour
soft ones,
tortillas.
like-
Please, somebody find a good brand for me.
So what's the difference between a tortilla and a wrap? Like how KFC and that make what is a wrap? That looks like a tortilla to me.
The
Or a
same thing,
burrito.
basically.
Same
Yeah,
thing,
no,
is
it
it?
depends
Okay.
what it's made of. Pretty much same thing. They have spinach with the wraps, so tomato, basil. It depends what you're getting it, but just regular flour tortillas can
Actually,
be used as a wrap as well. I make burritos, enchiladas. But
The other thing that guy used to make too that I still remember, when I was from young, was he'd get the old sausages that hang because they make a lot of sausages that are pretty big, and he'd cut them to be like a hamburger patty. So they're about the same size, maybe a bit bigger than a quarter pounder. But he would then throw some scone dough either side of it and then throw that in so it grows in the oven. So it warms up the meat and becomes a hamburger. Then when you get it out, he'd crack the top and put the sauce and the tomato on it. Gee, it was lovely. It was just so yummy and nice. See how scone dough sort of is a bit crunchier?
yeah.
You know what I mean by scones, don't you? What do you guys call them? You guys call them biscuits or something? Scones with jam and cream? Do you have that, or is that in?
Scones. I'm gonna get you on you. Scones are the closest thing you got to a biscuit, and ain't even close.
Hang
I'm
on, what's
sorry,
that?
but I do love a
do a
good.
what?
I love a good scone, but a scone is not close enough to a real biscuit. It's the closest thing people have to a biscuit. Then they try to explain it, but it's definitely not a biscuit. And there's different types
Yo,
of biscuits too.
scones and
So
soda bread,
yeah,
those are the two worst pastries of all time. They're so dry and crumbly, and you have to eat it with like a drink, basically. Soda bread
Yeah, well,
and
what
scones.
what he did was you'd put it in a sausage piece of sausage meat and put a lump of dough each side of it. So the sausage meat goes into the dough and makes it soft and yummy. So it's like a hamburger, a self-growing hamburger an oven-baked hamburger, I guess. Probably how they made them in Hamburg. But it was definitely scone dough because I remember it was crunchy and it had that thing about it.
Wait, so what's the matter with tortillas? You said you can't find a good tortilla brand?
flour tortillas, the stuff that's in them, it's either gonna have a oil in it I don't want, or something in it that I don't want in it. I can't find one yet. The closest
Yeah,
thing I
they
have
usually
found
fry
here is
them
like
in.
palm and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
these
fry
are
them
the
in
crappy
seed
oils.
oils. Yeah, that's right.
Yep, I know. Yep.
You know how they make them at Indian places? They they bake it against the wall of an oven.
Oh yeah, I know.
You
Those are amazing. Yeah.
just really need really
That,
high
that ain't no
temperatures.
tortilla, good sir. That's
Well, they
not
call
Yeah,
it
bread.
like
I know. It's
non
kind of.
breads and non stuff like that. Yeah.
It's just you don't need oil to fry it. That's all.
Yep.
What do they
You're
put in that
trying to
non
find
bread?
those too. Exactly. Because you're right. Say that in the store. Good luck finding those. You need to go and make your own stuff, guys. Because I'm pretty sure these people are not putting all these preservatives and nasty stuff in it because they don't have to when they make them fresh at restaurants and stuff like that. If they're a good company and wanting to do it homemade correctly, you don't need all this shit they're adding.
Yeah, corn tortillas are way better. You just make them yourself.
Incorrect. Sorry. I'm sorry. We all have a preference.
Yeah, your plastic corn.
I grew up with a lot of corn too, and I love corn. Trust me, I missed it in a way. We were just talking about having like a big ass corn fest, right? And we used to grill it on the grill. Seriously, soak it too, grill it, and then you have a big bucket of butter that was melted on the grill too. It's a metal can usually, and you dunk it in the butter afterwards. Oh, I know all about corn. Corn's my favorite. Corn tortillas are drier. That's the difference, and they don't roll right. So if you're trying to make an enchilada, and it still tastes great, but it's not going to give you that right thing. Yeah. Quesadilla. No, not going to be the correct feel of that crunchy thing that I'm doing. I just made quesadillas last night. You don't want to use a corn tortilla. I mean, you can. It's just not the right option, really.
Yeah, I've had to make.
I don't know. For
I've
me,
had
it
to make
works
tortillas from
beautifully.
scratch. I've had to make tortillas from scratch. The recipe is so fucking easy.
So I'm saying I've seen it before. I just need a tortilla press or just make my own from a flat pan, or I'll flatten them out myself. Because at this point, I'm sick of tired of buying them, and it's God, I love tortillas. I'm a Mexican kind of person. I eat Mexican almost every week, all time. Salsa, sour cream, everything's in my fridge.
Hey, just get some masa. You add water, add your fixings, and you have a nice tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the stamp,
Yes. Yeah.
the presser,
Stamp it.
tortilla press.
That's the key
Yeah, I
to
got
making it
one.
easy. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you make your own tortillas, Matt. What's Matt Mogi? I heard you say Matt.
I cheat. I use them to make like pizza bases. That's what
That's okay.
That's the favorite thing I like to do with
Yes,
it.
yeah.
I
Why
make little
not?
pizzas.
Why not? Yeah, I used to
Huh.
make blue corn tortillas, dude. We used to put this wild looking corn in our tortilla. It was expensive corn.
Yeah, maize tastes the best.
Yeah, it's just like, you're just avoiding seed oils, right? Like you want to get tallow, fry your corn tortilla in tallow in a pan, and you're good.
That's interesting. Usually the go-to is lard for most Spanish people, I guess.
Yeah, lard. You could use that too. Animal shortening. Yep.
I haven't tried it with tallow. I'm sure it's pretty good.
That's
Trying
if
to
you
stay
want
away
to be
from the lard.
fancy. Yeah. Yeah, your best bet is making your own, and it's not hard to do. All you gotta do is get some good corn.
Yeah, get some good masa. A good saturated fat is nice, like the lard or something like that.
Finding that good corn is important. I mean, that's serious. Even some of these bags of chips that Tony's got, right? Good quality food in it and everything. It's not, because then I ask you, where does the corn come from? Is it genetically modified corn? Has it been sprayed upon? Is that? And you start looking it up and you start realizing a lot of this shit is. So be careful where your corn is coming from. What's on it? How's it been treated? Super important. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
you
know
may
if
not be able to do it every time, but
I don't know if
try.
whether's. I don't know. I like the wild corn mostly just because it's like not a monoculture, but it being genetically engineered in and of itself isn't a bad thing. Like genetically modified foods, by and large, aren't bad.
Do you know that first it's been tested long enough to understand that then testing this, putting it into a lab, modifying it to become something different, so it doesn't do certain things when they're growing it, right? It's healthy for you, it could cause problems for you. I mean, you could go down that path to say that's even okay, but then the stuff that they're spraying
Yeah,
on this stuff has already been proven to cause cancer.
Do you have a
Do you
study
have?
for
This is the
that?
point. Do you guys have a study showing that this stuff is safe? Now they already have how the soils are being damaged in other
Yeah, we
countries to
have.
stop this stuff. This is why they have stopped it.
There was nothing wrong with it. It's like you guys tried to fix something that wasn't broken.
We have a lot of extensive FDA studies specifically to.
Are you
towards,
justifying
weed and
GMO
corn.
right now? Holy.
So why,
Is you just just about
so why
FDA.
is it? So why is it like Europe doesn't want GMO? And if you look at your ingredients in your sweets and stuff, most of the colors and stuff like that you guys are using in the US is forbidden over here because they are dangerous.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm just
our
talking
model of
about corn
agricultural
right now.
practice is truly
I'm not talking
harmful.
about food coloring.
We're stripping our food of the nutrients that actually make it beneficial to eat. That's what the GMO is doing. It's not helping it grow faster or bigger or any of these dumb theories.
Right. Smokey, why would they actually? We're not
Actually,
just talking about food colorings. We're talking about genetically modified food is not even allowed in certain countries. Banned. Why would you think
Yeah,
that's
but-
Yeah,
happening?
it's because of public marketing. It's not about the actual studies themselves.
Wow.
Oh my god,
No,
I
it's
can't
not.
listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's
Like it's actually
arguing
in many
for
cases
GMO.
USDA
Holy
organic
shit.
regulation, for example, is more dangerous because of the ways that you're allowed to treat the crops. Right? You can only use pesticides created in specific manners, and so those specific manners are actually less safe than the modern equipment that we have today.
Whew. I can't go down this route with him. I don't know if you're playing the devil's advocate with me.
Well, I learned this. I learned this in botany class when I was talking with
But isn't most
PhD
of the
botanists. I'm not
GMO?
claiming to be like a super expert myself, but I did the research a little bit, and that's the impression that I got.
Yeah, but GMO is they sort of use this CRISPR method and inject seed pods, so you don't have to use pesticides and stuff like that. Though, isn't that the main thing? Or is it also to grow faster and become bigger?
So it's a really wide blanket term, to be honest, right? It's really anything that you do to a crop to get the benefit that you're looking for, like besides selective
Yeah.
breeding.
But let's talk about the corn, because that's where it basically started, and the potatoes and whatnot on a very grand scale. And I know exactly what happened to that corn. And there at one point in 2003, 2004, because they used to do actually activist work on the streets, and it was called what? Suicide seeds. Do you understand anything about that happened that with Monsanto in the beginning of this stuff and why genetically modified food has been banned in other countries? And we should here never even include as safe in our country. It actually makes me sick as shit, even though I'm sorry, I am from the United States, but I'm not there right now. I can't believe what they do to our food.
What was the
I mean, cannot have
specific
people-
issue in this case?
Do you understand what happened then? Like anything that ate that freaking thing would die, right? The bees would die, and they died. That's what it would do to kill. It killed off bugs in the beginning. They stopped that, by the way. Now, also, that seed will only grow, right? If anybody gets it on their farm and it blows to their crops or anything, only their seed, now it's their seed. And you cannot only grow their seed. It will not grow again either. You have to replant it every year.
Yeah, I mean Monsanto has some pretty bad practices with respect to like sourcing crops.
Well,
They want to
it's
make
fair
sure
now
that you
to
buy
do
their
that,
seeds
yeah.
every year.
And so you think a company that has taken over our food, that has literally messed with the source of a seed, and now that does not grow every year, that used to grow, I don't know if you know anything about corn, all the time, beautifully. Sometimes you won't even have to replant it, hardly. Start right back up again next year because my family owns farms to no end. They took those families' farms, by the way, and they're mostly ran by corporations, right? So I don't think you understand where this actually started and why it started and how they got the access to our food and the control of our food and the seed. And to say it's safe, I'd like you to prove that it's safe because they haven't done enough studies in the first place in the United States of America to even tell you that it's safe. How many years? You
Well,
know,
we
10 years,
do-
15
no,
years
we-
on the road, they
we
realize the
actually
problems
do.
with body? You got 20-year
We
study?
do a lot of studies. Like before new strains of Monsanto like crops go out into the market, we do extensive food testing safety.
Do you know anything about how Monsanto even got into play? Going from one person from there to the government back to the play. I mean, a lot of stuff was approved illegally. They've already been charged, right, with the stuff they've done with spraying of the crops and cancer and everything else, which then got switched over to Bayer, and Bayer's still doing the same damn shit, just under their name.
You recognize I'm not defending like Monsanto's business practices, right?
Well, it's a pharmaceutical company that got in with our agriculture. When did we, as a people, or American people especially, right, sit here and say it's okay for a pharmaceutical company to get in with our agriculture? That's where we somehow fucked up because we allowed this to happen. And we're like, yeah, it's okay. No, actually, it's not okay at all. And we want our seeds back. Everything should be organic. I shouldn't have to look for organic.
Well, I think food engineering has saved like hundreds of millions of lives.
Do you understand
not
the same people that
billions
make
of
organic
lives.
are the same people that make the trash food? The same companies make both just because it's about money?
Like genetically engineered wheat, like sponsored by Monsanto and government
It'd be Bayer.
subsidies.
Yeah,
Yes,
you are
we
right.
have
Billions of lives was the big.
Yeah, one of the
from,
one of
like,
the problems
famine.
is exactly, without the GMO, we would even struggle to produce the amount we do today. It would be less. So that is a problem. So yeah.
Or they say
Like
that.
there are Nobel
They
Prizes
say that.
dedicated to this because of exactly that accomplishment. So I'm not trying to diminish like issues in the industry, right? And bad business practices here. But I think on the flip side here, there needs to be like this strong acknowledgement of billions of lives being saved.
Where was it at?
from
Was it in
famine.
Japan? Someone might correct me that they did this or something and they stopped it because of the soil and what was happening and everything else. I think it was rice. It actually hurt the crop. It was the opposite effect, whatever they were trying to do. And I don't want to get it wrong, so I wish Jen was here because he might have been the one when we read over the file. And I think it may have been Japan. But there's a lot of countries who say no to this. Why? Because it's already had a problem in their country. It's already causing problems. They want nothing to do with this shit around their food because it's not considered food. In my eyes, not food. Because there's ways that we can naturally handle this stuff. We've been doing it for most of our lives. We just don't do it anymore. If you say the way other countries are running their crops and everything else, we could be doing that too. But you know what? It doesn't benefit the corporations because they ain't going to make enough money. That's the only reason that they're doing this. And so if someone, no offense, who comes in here and says, I support this, And reality doesn't understand that our food is food in the first place, given to you by God and nature, that it doesn't need anything besides us to take care of it. And we're going to sit here and say corporations are going to come in, refine it to no end, right? Make you now sick off this stuff. It's toxic now. And you want to consider this food. No, we need to go back to the natural source when it actually was food.
I don't think the nature of the GMO crop was the issue that you described with the rice. It's more about how you're scheduling like the agriculture in the region.
I think
Yeah, I
with
think
Monsanto,
yeah.
Monsanto engineered in such a way that plants don't make seed. So you've got to go back and buy their seed, their plant off them every time. And then those non-seedy plants still give off pollen that can then affect someone else's non-GMO crop. And I've got a feeling that's where the big problem arose, the cross-contamination. Because then the farmer who doesn't elect to go to Monsanto gets half his crop sterilised anyway because he's got no seed the following year. So, yeah, look, I mean, I don't trust Monsanto either, but we do selectively pick out vegetables, you know, like tomatoes haven't always been the same. But, yeah, I can't trust a corporate dude who's got shareholders and dollars in mind. Look at petrol companies. They just poison us. They put lead in fuel because the other thing was they couldn't charge for. But lead in fuel, which kills people, they did do it because that way they could patent it. And that's lead in petrol. So I can't remember what the other thing was. Something that wasn't patentable anyway.
But basically, it all comes down to us consumers. If all consumers, or the vast majority of consumers says, no, we don't want GMO, or we don't want this or that, then the shops have to come up with something else. The prices will be higher, yes. So the companies are trying to come up with products that are as cheap as possible because that's what we stupid consumers buy.
I think we should just regulate the bad aspects of the industry and then just keep the good ones that are actually saving lives.
But then you're not going to have the pharmaceutical industry involved in it at all then. Guaranteed.
I think food science should probably be federally funded.
I do agree with that. Yeah, we should. It should be a trustable source, not a corporate. Because I mean, chemical companies are always going to make pesticides and things too, and you don't hear how bad they are until down the track, like DDT of the 70s and Dealdrin and all those horrible things they were spraying. The insects, if just a few get through, the insects have now got an immunity, and then they had to just keep spraying the crops to stop the plagues. Whereas the reason we had the plagues is because we were growing so much of one crop in a given area. That creates the plague circumstances. The insects won't breed if they haven't got the food. So we do fuck it up on occasion. Sometimes we get it wrong and sometimes we get it right. But yeah, it's hard to trust Monsanto, isn't it? Their track record kind of like, oh, we don't really want you giving us our food. Just give us petrol. You can poison us slower.
That's why I don't drink diet Cokes and diet sodas.
Agreed. Zero, what is it? Coke with zero sugar? Is it the no sugar one? Tastes like fly spray, or tastes to me like fly spray smells.
Yeah, I think so too. But I see, like the younger population, the amount, especially Pepsi Max, that they drink. Jesus Christ.
Well, actually, here with is it KFC and Burger King, which is Hungry Jack's here? They've got to actually put up. Is it Pepsi Max? They got to put a caffeine warning on the bottles now when you go in to say that this particular bottle exceeds caffeine things for kids. So we're only limited the amount of caffeine we can give kids. It's not zero, but there's a limit.
Yeah, so you have these energy drinks full of caffeine and stuff that especially young teenagers buy. They're talking about now to get like an age. Kind of, you have to be above a certain age for buying them.
Uma, are you an Aussie? Yeah. Is that a statewide thing? Is it the whole nation?
Well, it's in Victoria. I know that. I just see when I look at Hungry Jack's, it'll have the meal up there and it's got a Pepsi Max. And then the red tape going across, it says, this particular serving is not recommended for children under 16. And then they've got a different thing like I don't know, a Sprite that's got with sugar in it. I don't know, whatever. It's to do with sugar and caffeine content now. And I guess it's Victorian only. I don't know.
Good. I was asking this about 2 years ago, 3 years ago to my best friend saying, wait a minute, I saw one of her kids pick up this really high energy drinks. So, well, I drink these, but when I was a kid, I never had to drink all this shit and caffeine and run this up. I had so much energy. Are all these kids buying these energy drinks too? And she was, oh yeah, way worse than you think. I mean, there should be a limit. There's not an age limit on this shit. She was like, no. Even like a 15-year-old come in, 13-year-old and buy this shit. I said, oh no. You buy 3 or 4 energy drinks and rock yourself to no end, your heart and everything else. I don't know why there isn't an age limit on some of the caffeine because there's too much shit in some of these energy drinks.
Well, a can of Coke is like 2 coffees with 4 cubes of sugar, I think. So the kid's having a double whack of coffee what you have in the morning. It's frozen and gas and carbonated, but it's still basically 2 cups of coffee.
I just
And
drink the
what else do they
coffee.
have with that? They have it a donut too and something else? I mean,
Well, yeah, probably slammed. Well, for me, it was a packet of Cheezels. But that's, in fact, they've still got high sugar content. Even things that aren't sweet have got high sugar content, haven't they?
To do
I'll
both
tell you one thing,
governments?
though, guys.
Wait, so I'm reading that there's like food standards for Australia and New Zealand. Is it like a joint venture to regulate food safety?
We generally swap results, I guess you'd say. If we've discovered a certain product to be dangerous in large amounts, we'll let the New Zealanders know and vice versa. So they probably bottle them under the Act, and so you can send things either way. So they can bottle Coke or Scotch over there.
Curious.
the same food, the same Sunkist ton, the same shit you drink over here in the United States of America, right? Or wherever you're at, over there, but healthier for you. The coloring isn't there. The same coloring ain't being used. It's harmful. They'll find a better alternative that they can make it orange instead of freaking, you know what I mean? The orange coloring that's going to kill you. A lot of the taffy's white because why? You have to see purple, I guess. I think it's grape. No, because it'll kill you. You know, so they're actually caring about somebody's health over just the taste. But you're still getting the taste. You're still getting the same shit. Why can't we get that too?
You know, though, sometimes they find funny things with kids, like you can package certain products that are good for them, but if they come in a crinkly packet like potato chips do, or, you know, certain chocolate bars, kids will eat them because apparently there's something with that packaging sound they associate with yumminess. Yeah, they used to get a Crunchy or a Kit Kat or I don't know, whatever you call them, a Twinkie in that crunchy packet. Well, they're trying to put muesli bars in them now, and they're actually finding some of the kids are biting. It's actually the psychology of the packaging can create certain effects.
Most of the stuff they're eating, it's not even taste. Like Skittles is not something you're tasting. It is a smell. It is a scent that they put on the candy. So really, you're smelling and you think it's tasting. You're doing both, but it's almost the same scent. And there's all different flavors. No, it's not. It's a trickery. It's a trickery of your mind.
Well, I used to mix up make meatloaf at home, and I got the recipe for KFC spices. You know, the Colonel, which I actually used to love that shit when I was a kid. So I've got the spice mix. The only thing I don't use is the buttermilk, which is that kind of a vinegary kind of milk thing. But I use all the other spices, the paprika and the garlic salt and whatever else. And I use it in my meatloaf, and my daughter loved it. I used to love it. I'd make 2 small meatloafs, and one we'd eat on the night, the other I'd have during the week. Now, here's the funny thing is, when I dropped her off home and I was going back to my place, I was a bit hungry. I pulled in and got a KFC chicken burger. I ate it at 5 o'clock that night on the way home. At about 9 o'clock, I was starting to get cramps in my little fingers. And, I did get a little bit of arthritis because I've always been physically active, using a lot of power tools and a lot of tools. So you do get arthritis earlier in life when you do a lot of trade work. But this actually hurt, and I never went near KFC, yet I still had the spices in the meatloaf. There's something they put in KFC that triggers bad arthritis. That's circulation. And I just won't touch this shit now. And I did notice a bit with McDonald's too, but I hate that shit anyway. So there you go. Don't get a KFC burger. They're not good for you.
Yep.
And I think that the way it is, it's designed now. They know what food gets us going. They know the exact amounts. There was one they did with McDonald's shaker, where you get your fries and put them in a shaker bag, and you had this little thing of spices that you tip in. Now, I never had one, but a friend walked in and pulled it out because I was eating a salad sandwich or something. And when he shook it in, I could smell the MSG. And I don't even know what it smells like, but I knew I could smell MSG. It's like, something not good with that. You know, you're like, yuck.
No, MSG is great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
There's nothing wrong with MSG.
Oh, you make more sense now that you say that, and you say genetically modified food's kind of good for us. And you're making more sense as you speak.
I mean, if you have a study to indicate that MSG is bad for your health.
Well, no, what it does, I don't know if it does have a direct result, but it creates a Moorish effect. You know, certain biscuits you'll buy from the shop, the ones you dip into sour cream and cheese, or you might dip it into salsa. They put MSG in that because it creates the Moorish effect. You eat more than you really should. So it triggers hunger. And I don't know if that's always a good thing, because don't you want, as you're eating, your body to be triggered to not be hungry? So I don't know if MSG does or doesn't, but I don't like the shit. I just don't. Yeah, nah. If I can sniff it, or the stuff with 2-minute noodles, some of the stuff in there's something I can smell I don't like. I reckon it's MSG.
No, there hasn't been MSG in instant noodles for ages.
Well, that's a pretty big, you've cast a pretty wide net there, and I'm going to have to say, sorry, I read the label just the other week, and it's got a warning on it. I'm not
For
saying they all do.
monosodium glutamate?
Yes, monosodium glutamate. Additive 626, which is what they used to disguise it as. But they now have to say what it is. It can trigger asthma.
I'm curious what the brand is. I want some of that. I want some MSG noodles.
Oh, no, it's in these silver packets because you get 3 packets of oily stuff, chili, honey, soy, and oily. That's the liquid ones. And then there's 2 packets of silver foil dry stuff. The powdery one's got the MSG, and the other one's dried onion, I think they call it.
Tastes good. Are you the kind of person when I see this stuff on TV and I see all this, like my nieces are too, and they're going, "Oh my god, it's like ice cream on donuts or donuts between a hamburger and all this." I'm like, that's gonna kill you. That's like diabetes. And they go, "Yes, please. I want to die like that." Are you 10% thinks like that? Because it just seems like you're like, MSG, please. The bad stuff, please.
I mean, a bunch of fried, saturated fats in high quantities is not generally healthy for you. Probably shouldn't do that.
That's good. You're saying that. Okay.
It should not be a majority of your diet. Like, if you want to feel filling, just eat some fiber.
I hope you understand. You're looking at the oils in your food, especially like your palm oils. Get away from it. Canola oil, try to stay away from it. Even your vegetable oils, try to stay away from it. It's in everything, though. Good luck. In the sugar, it's in everything. The refined sugar. Good luck.
Yeah, canola.
When I cook my food, I feel great.
Canola's a big cash crop. That's why it's so common now. It's versatile to cook with, in so much as it doesn't smoke a lot when you're cooking with it, but it's easy to grow and fast. Farmers love it. It's a big cash spinner here. When they can't do one thing, they'll all go canola, and I fucking hate it. Because they create.
Palm oil is forbidden in Norway in any food source because it's really bad for you.
Heck yeah. Amen.
Wait, any food source? So no Nutella?
Yeah. I mean, even like sweet, like even crackers or sweet biscuits in the shop. No, if there's palm oil, you're not allowed to sell them.
That's a bold move. No Nutella in Norway.
Listen, I've taken sunflower butter literally in my
different oils.
Melted real good sugar. Real good chocolate into it. Madagascar. Brilliant, good chocolate. Had no bad soy, lecithin shit, whatever in it. It was brilliant, and it tasted just like Nutella. Sunflower butter. You don't have to use the same shit that you're buying in the store Nutella. Make your own, guys.
Steve, that chef mate of mine, he used to make chocolate at home, right? This was, it had to stay in the fridge admittedly. It wasn't room temperature. but he would use pears, apples, and a bit of pineapple and coffee and a little bit of cream. And when he mixed it up and then pushed it into the molds and we put it in the fridge, when you pulled it out and ate it, it was better than fucking chocolate. Fuck, it was yummy. And I think the main trick was the pears and the little bit of pineapple. And what was the other thing? Pears? Oh, banana. Pears, banana, and pineapple. That was it.
Yeah,
Coffee
but
and cream.
canned pears and dark chocolate. Yummy. That's a hell of a good combination.
Well, he got rid of that. He just did the coffee instead of the dark chocolate. So that's almost the same. Just a bit less sugar. Yeah, and a little bit of cream just to, what's the word, nutty it up a bit. Oh, but it was nice. Like, you go to the fridge and you eat one, walk out, and you'd finish eating and walk back and sit down and think, that was so yummy. I've got to go get another one. Yeah, if you could make the stuff keep at room temperature, I would have probably been a real big fat bastard now. But the good thing was it had to be in the fridge.
There was a time where everybody made shit homemade, or grandma's right, homemade fudge, homemade everything. Now people just like it's convenience because we are so tired. There's no time in people's days, and they're just like, "Oh, this tastes good." Why does it taste good to you? Because you're so used to consuming it that it just tastes good to you, and there's stuff in it to make it taste good to you. Once you get away from it, you go, "Oh shit, I don't want that." Especially sugar. You get away from that refined sugar and take the sugar out of your life. You go to eat something very sweet again, and you go, "Oh my god." Because there's sugar in everything,
agreed.
so you don't taste it until you get away from it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, sugar is the big problem in the West today. But as you said, not to brag, but I like to cook. And as you said, I work 2 weeks on and 4 weeks off. So I cook dinner when I'm home, and I got plenty of time. And my wife, if she's been out in the restaurant with some friends or work or something like that, and she comes back and I said, "Okay, how was it?" Nah, she says, "Food back home is just as good as I got there in the restaurant." So if you have time, yes, it helps.
Agreed. Plus, you get your spice mixes right too. I love Italian herbs and spices in virtually everything. Just a whisker. When you do mashed potato, I found the best trick is to use your fork from underneath and whip underneath so the milk comes up from underneath, so it aerates it, and put a little bit of mayonnaise or a little bit of tartare sauce in, just a little bit, so you can't pick what it is. And kids, when they eat it, they go, "Yum, this is nice." Yeah, they don't know what's in there.
Oh yeah, and I homemade the mashed potato. If I mashed like boiled potatoes, I never put salt in the water.
Agreed.
I add the salt, yeah, because it sets up much nicer. If you don't add salt when you start mashing them, they sort of get much more fluffy and sticky.
I chop them with a knife and the butter, and then when they're chopped down to a bit, then I lift under with the fork and start doing the milk and the skewery bit to get the aeration happening. I think the aeration of mashed potato is the go. But I love mashed. I used to hate them when I was a kid. They were just bland and boring. Now I love them.
You boil you boil the milk?
No, I just put the milk in underneath and then whip it up.
I tend to boil the milk in a separate pan.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I might try that once. I used to have to microwave them back up to get them back up to heat. Microwave
How much milk are you putting in these mashed potatoes?
Milk. Full cream milk.
I don't know. It depends.
Why do you need so much that the latent heat from the potatoes won't do the job?
Because you've got to whip it so you aerate it, and as you're aerating it from underneath, you're actually cooling it down.
I do that in the same saucepan I boiled the potatoes in.
Hey?
They're usually still hot, and so I add them. If I add the milk, I don't actually put dairy in my mashed potatoes. I put horseradish in.
Yeah. But most mashed potatoes always with cream. You always add some cream and butter. That's just a regular thing.
Yeah, you can go French and add the egg in as well.
No, because then if you've got the latent heat, that's going to cook the yolk, and you probably don't want that.
No, it's like
you want it a little bit.
When you make carbonara, you pull it aside and you add the egg yolks and just mix it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that bit with the carbonara. I just, I don't know.
You need
I just
really
can't.
good Parmesan. That's what you need.
You
What do you make
literally
really good
just told
eggs?
us about adding mayo to your mashed potatoes, as if you're not already there.
Well, mayo doesn't necessarily have to have egg. In fact, I don't go the whole egg stuff because it's once you crack it, you've got to eat it pretty quickly. And even I don't love it enough to eat it all myself.
Mayo
You need a
doesn't have
family.
to have egg? What?
No, you buy two types of mayo here. You buy mayo and you buy whole egg mayo. There's two types.
The only time I ever put egg in my mashed potatoes is when I make mashed potato pancakes from leftover mashed potatoes that my grandma
Oh,
used
that'd
to
be
do.
nice.
There's
Yeah, that'd be
never
really.
eggs in my mashed potatoes, right? And flour. Then you make your onions, bell pepper, and all that, and you fry it up and stuff, and make it like a potato pancake. Mm-hmm. We don't
Oh
waste
yeah,
anything in a
yeah.
country home. We always use it.
The funny thing though is, like me and my wife, is especially with the kids are home for holidays and stuff like that. They of course like pizzas and tacos and pastas and so. But after 2-3 days, I miss potatoes because I was brought up every single meal more or less had potatoes, and I just fucking miss them after 3-4 days.
It's a good start.
Listen, I can't help one of my favorite dishes is like fried potatoes with onions and bell pepper, right? Or you need some jalapeno if you want. And then you cook 2 eggs that are sunny side up so you can bust the yolk over them and you eat your eggs and potatoes and the yolk together. It's just something about that potato dish. Yeah, I know. Potatoes and cabbage,
Yeah, and I
potatoes and
mean,
anything.
yeah. Sometimes if we have leftovers, cold potatoes, and I have some different salted dry sausages and ham and some sour cream. If you want a snack in the evening, that combination, yummy.
Yeah, chuck it all
That's
into the
evening
frying.
food for you guys? For me, that sounds like breakfast food if I worked blue collar. If I had to go and do labor, hard labor.
You got what do you call? We call it bubble and squeak, which is basically last night's mashed potato. With in the morning you fry it the next day in the fry pan with whatever, generally peas, carrots, whatever the veggies were. It's called bubble and squeak. Do you guys have a similar thing? Very English.
Not very often, no. But I've made like these potato pancakes quite a
Yeah.
few times. But then I start off with raw potatoes and I just, what do you call them? These irons where you grind cheese and stuff like that. Mix it together.
Oh, it's generally with your previous night's potatoes, the ones you didn't eat because you cooked too many.
Or
So it's in
a
the
real
fridge.
potato pancake, it's actually like you take a shredded raw potato, shred a raw potato, and then you mix that with your egg and whatnot, and then you drop it in a pan, and maybe some flour too, and then it cooks like a crispy hash brown kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even potatoes, especially along the west coast of Norway, we have potato dumplings. It's just so that's
Smoky.
like a traditional
Love
dish.
it.
But we have very often
Vareniki, basically.
salted. Yeah, we very often like boil it in a pan where you have salted lamb and cabbage and stuff like that. Special sausages and stuff. It's really tasty, but it's a heavy meal. It's like finish with that one. It's like your stomach is gyro stabilized anvil. You move, your stomach doesn't. It just wants to stay at its place.
I'm starting to get hungry now.
No, I just want to say thank you because I'm having to cook, so this has gotten me right into the mood. Sorry if you're not doing it. Yeah.
I just put in some bacon wrapped chicken fillets with barbecue sauce and topped up with a lot of brown sugar into the oven.
Oh, yum. I'm going to
Yeah.
go ravioli.
Ravioli? Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, being
If
3 in
it's-
the morning,
If
I'm
it's
not
well,
going to be,
yeah.
I'm not going to be
yeah,
too creative, but I've got one of those They're kind of like a TV dinner, but they're good quality. They're expensive ones, and they make a really good ravioli.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock in the evening for me. And what was that, 3 o'clock in the morning for you, Boomer?
Yeah, thereabouts. I've been out of whack lately with my sleep cycles.
So now you guys are slowly stealing our summer away, you bastards.
Yeah, well, last summer lasted too long and winter cracked in early, so the little in-between time that I loved was very short. So I got the two extremes, and now we're getting into the rain season. What they call it?
Rain
They've got a
season?
name for it.
We got 12 months of rain season up here.
Well, what they do when in Germany, in Russia, they got a name for it. You know, the mud that basically flooded because there's no roads there and the Germans got fucked right up. What do they call it? They've got a name for the mud season.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
after
I
summer.
can't remember.
Yeah, it's after summer, but before winter. It just rains. It's mud.
It's in the autumn and springtime.
I don't know
Yes.
if I've ever heard a word for it. We have a
The
word
Russians have got a word for it.
like a
They
strong
say
gale.
No.
Like a Buddha.
If you watch any Russian campaign stuff, the Germans left in June, and they already said they've lost 6 weeks because they had to do something, invade the Balkans, I think, and they said they got there for Yostivelt or something like that. And because there were no roads in Russia, the roads went from hard packed dirt to mud, and all their tanks and trucks couldn't get through.
Yeah, sounds pleasant.
Oh, they've been finding over the last 15 years, people have been hiding diaries they found on soldiers from different parts of the war. And some of the worst ones are from Stalingrad. Those dudes, they just froze their tits off. They were stuck there, and the German army that got starved in Stalingrad, they just didn't send them any food. The guys just froze to fucking death. How can you do that to an army?
It's called
The same way they're doing it right now.
Yeah. What was it, Steph?
Boomer, it's called Rasputitsa.
That's it, Rasputitsa. I like it. There you go. They've got a word for it. Fucking muddy.
Unravel? The unraveling? Okay. I guess that makes sense. Putitsa means to like tie up. It's also another word for confusion. But if you spin a web of lies, you can putitsa is to be confused.
Did you say Putin?
It's close.
Oh, okay. Is that iStar?
Wait about Puta?
It's more like putic, but yeah.
Puta has a different meaning in Spanish. It's not a good meaning.
No, it's not.
I mean, Putin is also loco.
Puta not good.
Oh my god, I had this conversation not too long ago. What does it mean in Spanish? Okay, there's something in Spanish. It's very bad.
That here. No, sorry. No.
Okay, we were saying here, but I am correct, right? I mean something very bad, correct? Because someone was telling me in French.
It's a placeholder at this point.
Yes,
they say it every third word.
It's a bad thing.
Thank you, ISR. Appreciate that.
Hey, iStar, you a cricket fan? You follow cricket?
Yeah, man, of course.
Well, dude, you want to know something? We here in Australia have just developed a new tactic in the T20s. You know how you just try to hit the ball over the ground? Well, you know, in test matches where you're trying to hold out and protect the bowlers from going out, where a good batsman will not take singles? Well, now when you've got a good batsman at one end and there's bowlers at the other end, they won't take singles now in the T20. It's far better to have a big hitting batsman, you know, like a pinch hitter, up there and hitting 2s, 4s, and 6s than it is to take singles now. So it's a test match strategy that's now gone into the short format of the game. They tried it last night. So when you have a collapse and you lose a few batsmen, you don't take singles anymore and hope you can hit 4s and 6s. That's kind of cool. So it's a big
Now,
fucking.
you just mentioned short format of the game. Now, if I recall correct, I don't. What's the record for the longest game of cricket? Is it like a week or something?
Well, no, they only go for 5 days now. The longest went for 7 or 10 days or something. I don't know. The short format of the game is 20 overs per side, 3 hours.
Yeah, man, 2 weeks. They went for 2 weeks. That was the longest. Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so what we're doing is you're now fathering the strike in order to hit all.
Much, and it lasts. They make them kind of make it continue for a little bit.
Couldn't hear that. Sorry.
So that's your question. So you're saying that they sacrifice a few of the batsmen them, and then they get the big batsman them out there who hit the ball far. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so if you got Chris Gale playing for, say, the West Indies, but you've had 4 or 5 quick wickets go, and all you've got is bowlers, rather than Chris Gale hit a 1 and go down, he'll say no and father the strike. No, stay there. I'm going to sit here and hit. And then the 4th or 5th or 6th ball, he'll hit a single and get to the other end. Do you know what I mean? But if you've got batsmen there, it doesn't matter.
You get to the other end, okay.
Yeah. But if it's early in the over, so if it's, say, 1st to the 4th ball, he will hit the ball, and if it goes out to a fieldsman, they won't run. They'll just stop. No, it's only a single. We're not taking it. You'd rather have Chris Gale or Brian Lara or one of those guys face 5 balls of the over and hit, who knows, 20, 25 runs. And it doesn't happen every over, but yeah, so it's a new tactic. They tried it last night. South Africa got us early. They got us. They got 4 wickets in 7 balls, and the bowler sat there and did it, and we still won by 20 runs at the end of the day. So,
okay. Come on.
But the irony is it's a strategy from the old 5-day test matches, you know, where someone would try to father the strike, you know, a good batsman would protect the bowlers. So it's the same deal, just in the opposite type of the game.
World Cup is going on.
Where? We're playing South Africa right now here in our local competition. It just started.
I hear you. Hey man, cricket man. That's a big man game. Big that's not no kids game, all right? Kids games are basketballs and football and all those kind of things.
I don't know. Australian football looks pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, Australian football is crazy, man. Who was that voice? Was that fucking Red Tape or was that Nasher Shill or someone?
What? Me?
I don't know, whoever that. Yeah, you. I can't see your name on here.
Am I invisible?
Yeah, no, I was saying that, you know, the Women's World Cup cricket is this year. I don't think anybody knows about it, but it's followed, you know. Women are getting a lot of, you know, eyes on the game. It's interesting.
Is like a pro league growing?
No, man, them have Women's World Cup cricket. Big stuff. Sponsored just as much. You know, obviously they don't get as paid as high as the men, but Everything is good.
I'm gonna find some highlights. I'm gonna take a look.
Did you say the women's World Cup or?
Yeah, the Women's World Cup starts September though. September.
Yeah, my favourite sports person in the world right now is Elise Pratt, who is the fast bowler for us, who opens the batting and opens the bowling. You don't get many people that open both in this game, and she is fucking awesome. She really, oh, dude, she in swinger, beautiful leg cutter. And then when she goes out to bat, man, she's not scared to fucking whack it. And you tell people about it, they go, women's cup, they can't play the game. Yeah, fucking bullshit, dude. Go watch it. This chick can fucking hit.
Oh, them can play. Them can play. Them can play. Them know what going on.
I couldn't hear, man. Sorry.
No, I'm saying that they know they're playing ball. They're doing their thing. Well, yeah, I mean, it always happens 2 years before the men. The men, or 2 years after the men. Men was what, 2024? Three. So next one is 2027 for men's World Cup cricket.
I think they should combine the men's and women's on the same day and have it early, then men's into the evening, and that way it's better coverage because they don't get the press coverage they deserve here.
True. It's growing. But them have age groups as well. A lot of people don't know that, like under 20 and all them things. Just like football.
I was talking to an American guy about it. He's going, they're not popular because no one wants to watch them. And I said, yeah, but you're not watching them because the networks aren't putting them on TV, and you're just watching what's on television. So how do you know they're not popular until you actually see them? But right now, what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg. She's putting a lot of money into netball all around the world. Now, although it sounds good on paper, suddenly all these millions of bucks come into the netball, and then it lasts for 10 years, then no one else follows through. So these clubs all form and spring up overnight, and then they don't have the millions of dollars coming from Whoopi Goldberg. And then they just die a death again. But cricket hasn't happened. Actually, the women's IPL in India, they're the ones that are really doing all the heavy lifting because they'll watch anything with a ball in India. They love it. So the IPL over there is doing really well, and all of our players from our countries can go there and earn money all year round. Huh?
It's a sponsorship. It's not their, for netball, cricket, women's cricket have bigger sponsors. ICC is obviously, the organization, but they have sponsorship for women's cricket more than netball. Netball is more of a Caribbean thing, European, right?
Yep. I think if they can get the 2020 game going, the biggest problem with it is it needs such a big ground, and a lot of places in Europe don't have that many grounds that are that big.
We'll see what the landscape looks like in about 50 years.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be better.
The cricket will overtake baseball,
Not so much for the amount of people, because America have just got inbuilt baseball fans. But for amount of countries, I think cricket will have more of a following in all the countries than baseball. I'd say it has now, actually.
Cricket. True.
Yeah. Unless China kicks off and loves baseball, which they might do. If China started loving baseball, that would win it back. But I reckon cricket right now has got it.
What's this, Billy? If you're listening, what's this book you posted? Is this a diary or is this fiction?
It's based on fiction. I posted it like a couple days ago, or it was when was it? I don't know.
I guess it was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
Well, Billy dropped some 20th century lit. Sorry, 19th century lit.
I don't know what you said. Sorry.
He dropped them them novels, them 1800s novels.
All right. Still don't know what
It's
you're
because
talking about.
the book's based on Hollow Earth too. Like there's like like ancient civilizations under the earth in that book.
Oh, like
Some Jules
Agartha.
Verne type shit.
What?
What do you know about
Jules Verne
Agartha,
type
Billy?
stuff.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
He wrote Journey to
I
the
don't know.
Center of the Earth,
Oh,
but he wrote
well,
it
yeah.
in 1864, which is
Oh,
like 5 years before this guy wrote his thing.
oh, okay.
So it could have been plagiarized.
Yeah, maybe you got that idea off that book. Yeah,
Did his own spin
True.
off on it.
true. Yeah, I was talking to Fundy, and I forget who the other guy was.
That sucks. Talking to Fundy sucks.
Oh no, well, it was DMAC, Fundy, and I think there was another guy there, but he left. Yeah. Cole was talking to, yeah.
Yeah, this one was entertaining, like an Earth inside the Earth. It's a fun physics question. Like if you have like a space object the shape of a donut, and you stand in the inner ring of the donut, which way does gravity point?
Man, y'all are gonna let the room die right now. Oh shit. What's that about? Yo, what's up, Star Globe?
I'm playing Tony Hawk Wasteland right now. American Wasteland right now, yeah.
Wait,
Oh
what?
shit. Yeah,
That's
you
a
should
thing.
get you should get
It's a
Tony Hawk's
pro skater
Underground Pro.
game in a post-apocalyptic setting.
Wait, I should get which one?
You said Tony Hawk Wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah, American Wasteland, sorry.
Yeah, do you know about Tony Hawk's Underground Pro?
The Thug they call it Thug Pro, yeah.
Dude, I'm playing that shit right.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I saw in the activities that you played. You played that, yeah. It showed in the activities.
Oh hell yeah.
Told you.
That's right. It would show that. So you think it's possible that you could go inside the earth and find some habitable places?
It was a cool idea I
Uh,
used to think about, yeah, when I was into this stuff.
Habitable for whom?
Well, that's if you think that the Earth is, well, obviously it wouldn't be like we think it is now. It would have to be different.
Didn't Jules Verne write the book Journey to the Center of the Earth? Oh, that was a pretty cool sci-fi book.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool gimmick, especially for its time.
Was in the 1800s too, so I mean, yeah, he's pretty ahead of his time, wasn't he?
That's why they're lying about Antarctica, because there's a gigantic hole. Think about it. Think about what would happen to a ball if it was spinning for a long time.
It would just be an oblong spheroid.
No, the bottom would become indentated.
Indented? By what?
Yeah, they're hiding it. Yeah, that's what all these guys talked about. Like Admiral Byrd, he said that there's a hole, there's an entrance to the inner Earth. That's what they're hiding.
If a ball spins long enough, is a hole at the bottom?
No, it's like the early stages of accretion, dude. You got to picture, your ball spinning from an accretion disk.
I mean, I don't like to picture my ball spinning.
It's like the inward force, like a drain.
Wait,
You need that vortex at the north or the south.
What, you're talking about the singularity, black holes? What are we talking about?
No, dude, you weren't listening at all.
No, because usually when you speak, it's
You never listen.
yeah, it's got to be different. You have the sciences all mixed up because
We're talking about something completely different. You said, "What are you talking about? Black holes?" No.
No, it's because you just started learning science 10 years ago.
Jesus Louises Christ! Why do you not listen and then say something stupid like that?
It's true. When did you start learning science? When did you?
What the heck is what the? I wanted to talk to Billy about this movie that he was.
Everybody here on
talked
this
about
stage
Hollow
has
Earth.
20 years of science. You, Flat Earth, has just started 10 years ago. Just 10 years ago. And
You don't care what the topic was. You have
And
I think
no interest in what
I
was
think
going on.
flat Earth started a bit further than 10 years ago.
10 years ago, you guys just started. Somebody said, "Hey, yo, 200 reasons the Earth is flat," and you're like, "What? Yo, you're right."
When I was in
I'm gonna learn
fifth
about
grade,
it.
I learned about flat Earth in 5th grade.
You learn about no. What I'm saying to you is that in the
So
fifth
you're
grade,
wrong. No, you're wrong. Right
you
off
only
the bat, you just presumed something. You
you
have no
only
way
have
of knowing that's the amount of time
you
that I've known
only
about
have
this idea.
sixth grade serious science. Your science ends seriously at 6th grade. When you
Oh
hit high
God!
school,
Fuck
you
this.
were doing other things.
Shut up. Why don't you just shut up?
And in college, you went and you did accounting or English or
You didn't
sociology
do anything. All right, you're
or
not doing
organization.
anything.
But we studied. We were hitting the book.
Who's we? You're not an astronaut. You're not doing
We, all
anything.
of us. Oh, only astronauts do science.
Who
What's
we?
wrong?
All,
You see,
except you, because you didn't do anything.
you see.
No, I don't see what
It's
you
not
see
only
because you're imagining things.
it's not
So I
only
don't see.
astronauts.
No,
It's not only astronauts do science. You see
you're
what I'm
imagining
saying?
astronauts. The other day, you were imagining the Vendée Globe race being able to see the Antarctic ice shelf. You just like to imagine.
I never use the word ice shelf at all. That's you. That's you guys.
You claimed that during the Vendée Globe race, you were able to see Antarctica. That's what you said. You like to imagine things. You're a liar.
Absolutely. Yes. They go
Stop
down.
pretending things that aren't
Yes.
real are real.
Wait,
They
yeah,
go
they
down
can
to
see
Atlantic and
Antarctica.
they go
What are you talking about?
around Antarctica.
No, you can't. Sorry, you can't.
Yes, you can.
What do you mean you can't? We have
You wouldn't.
images of Antarctica. Why is this
They
That's not
go
what I'm
significant?
talking about. You
through.
don't even know what I'm talking about.
But you can see the continents of Antarctica. And
That's
its
not
features.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
Dude, whatever. You don't even. Nobody's listening today.
What they do is they come down through the
No,
Atlantic.
what you do is lie. You're just a liar.
Around the southernmost level of Antarctica and come up into the Pacific. That is what they do. That's the rate. Dude, this is
You have
child.
this imagination.
That's
this
so
wild
non-controversial.
This is little kids used to watch that on Discovery while you were
No one
out
cares.
there
No one
toiling.
cares that you watch the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, what's that Cape? It's Cape Horn? No, Cape Horn is in South Africa, right?
Electric, you were in the military or something. You were off doing other things.
Are
while
you
we were
Glovers fucking
enjoying
serious right now? You guys are just talking to each other about me, saying my name, referencing me, but then not allowing the space to respond to your stupid bullshit. You guys are so fucking stupid.
No, that's you. You, brother. Don't project
You just keep saying stupid inflammatory things, but you don't give anybody space to respond to your bullshit. You're just a fucking bullshitter, man.
Just came into science 10 years ago.
You just keep saying stupid inflammatory things and then you don't listen. You're a horrible person.
I am
You know what it is, Rob?
guaranteed.
You hate
When
Americans.
did you? Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Because you're getting kicked out of this country. Let's talk about how you're an illegal immigrant. Let's do that. All right, you have all this vitriol
When
against
was the
America.
first time you heard the word
Yes,
inverse?
you think your enemy is the average American
the word
flat Earth believer.
inverse square law.
So when you find one, you immediately like turn them down and talk over them, and you know that your stupid Glober moderator team is going to allow for you to monologue
heard
enough.
the word
You
inverse
literally do not hear what people say to you.
square law. When was the first time you heard that?
Holy shit, this guy's dumb.
And yo, you heard it.
You have so much anger. You have so much anger towards Americans. You want to debate what you think is the average American male that believes a flat Earth. You're mad at them because they're allowed to stay in this country and you're not. You're just upset that you're supposedly getting deported according to Trump, and you're mad at people that voted for Trump. You think flat earthers voted for Trump or something, dude.
Yes, all
you're
of
losing
them.
your
Every
mind.
single one of you
Yeah.
guys. If you didn't vote for
I think
I did not vote for
Trump. I would gander that. I would make a solid bet that a majority of flat earthers voted for Trump.
No, I would literally bet you money right now the majority of flat earthers did not vote at all. Actual flat earthers, not your fake fucking retards.
No, dude. We're talking about support and vote.
This is how you know you guys don't actually have like your finger on the pulse of what's going on in people's minds. You guys don't know how.
I'm curious about the polling data for this.
You just completely mischaracterized people's opinions by saying that they voted for Trump. You guys have no idea these people's positions at all. You guys don't care to understand these people's positions. That's why you're not qualified to be in the conversation.
Here, I'll finish this chess game and I'll take a look.
Yeah, go play chess, dude. Do that instead. Because you're not making any sense.
I'm going to look up the voting data for flat earthers.
Oh, yeah, like the votes are going to tell you if they're a flat earther or not. Are you insane? Are you stupid as fuck?
Well, they would identify as such, so I would hope that's sufficient.
when you go to the booth, there is nothing that asks like, "Hey, are you a flat earther voting?"
Well, that's not how we get polling data for Democrats.
When was the first time you heard these words? Inverse square.
It's a sick joke. You see this? See, I was right. Rob attacks people because he thinks they voted for Trump. He admitted to this. I'm correct. So all of your bias and you wanting to attack people and overtalk and not listen is because you're presuming that they voted for Trump, and that's the reason you're getting deported.
You were losing the debate.
You think I'm the reason you're getting deported, dude? That's fucking crazy. You're acting super crazy. Just so you know.
Yes, you guys are the reason.
I'm getting you deported. Yeah, you make a lot of sense, dude.
It's your fault. You are the one that support that guy. I am going to be.
I don't support that guy. I just don't. No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You would have got deported before he ever had anything to do with it.
Yes, you do. You support a loser.
So you like to attack people and not listen and like agitate and be really annoying to talk to. You literally turn people's volumes down and you're using your speakerphone so you can't hear what people say to you, but you want to engage. Like you act like you're ready to engage, and then you immediately just being extremely dismissive.
When did you start supporting Trump?
And then you like make stupid straw man arguments like I voted for Trump and I don't know science, and you just say stupid shit. Like it's fucking dumb, dude. We can actually talk about something. I'm sorry if people have to hear this fucking. I want to talk about actual topics. Like, let's actually have a topic. Let's talk about how like perspective causes the ground to apparently rise to eye level. It rises towards eye level. It gets very, very fucking close to it. Therefore, you're not really seeing the geometric position of the ground.
No, you're just looking at the ground.
Yeah, but do you think the ground is rising in elevation in front of you?
No, not if you're just looking at the ground.
Yeah, but yeah, so like in another instance, when something on the ground appears to rise 5 feet in front of you, that might be due to elevation change. You understand?
Things don't rise to you when you look down, dude. That's not how things work.
What are you talking about? Perspective causes things to converge towards the vantage point. You understand that?
Yeah, and so things don't rise in perspective.
I am going to post a picture of
Things don't rise in your perspective. So now
Yeah, so
perspective is
like
not a
an
thing.
example of this
I am
would
going to
be
post a
if you
picture of
take
this.
if you like walk up to a full length mirror or something like that, and then you you measure your height. Like you look at the top of your head, and you look at the bottom of your the bottom of your body, right? And then
What are you talking about, dude?
you
when
mark
I
it on
change
the
distance to my target, it's going to apparently
yeah. So
rise.
when you look
Yeah,
when you mark
the
the
angle
lines on
to it is
that,
going to change. You realize
so
that the elevation angle I
yeah.
measured to
So
something will change over distance? Are you paying attention? Do you not know what
yeah, but
perspective is?
the focal point between where your eyes are and where the destination is will remain the same, even when the angle changes.
Holy shit! What are you
In other
talking
words,
about?
well,
The height.
you wouldn't
the
let me
apparent
finish
height
the
of your
you wouldn't
target,
let me finish the
because you're not
example,
making
so
sense. The
you're
apparent
not.
height of your target is changing. Do
Maybe
you
if
not
you
want to hear
actually
reality?
listened to the
Okay, so you
example.
don't like reality. Listen to reality.
Well, I was discussing an
The
experiment in reality, and
apparent
then you interrupted me.
elevation angle to your target will be
So
displaced
you seem
over
interested
distance.
in actually discussing this topic, but for some reason you're not interested in listening to a
You're
concrete
not
example
making any sense. You just
specifically
got done
pertinent
saying
to the
that
subject
things
matter.
don't raise towards your vantage point. So you're just
Are you,
wrong.
I wasn't
So I'm
finished
correcting you
speaking.
because you're wrong, because you don't understand it.
Well, I wasn't finished speaking about the experiment.
All right, but you're wrong. So let's hear you.
Well, you're telling me I'm
what
wrong,
you
but I
said.
haven't actually explained the experiment.
All right, go ahead and this time try to be actually correct. You know, what represents reality. Go ahead, give it a shot.
All right. So you have yourself in front of a mirror, right? It's a flat mirror, standing upright, up against a wall.
My
And
picture.
what you do is you
to the next to the ice shelf. Look at it, guys.
sorry,
Look at it. The yacht
I'm
next
still
to the
going.
ice shelf.
Was I muted
The
by?
yacht next to the ice
Sorry,
shelf.
I'm trying to explain this experiment.
You guys are fucking stupid as hell, I swear to God.
Hold on, Moogie. We have to finish this up. There is
Yeah,
the yacht.
can I finish explaining the experiment?
You already failed explaining how perspective works. You don't know how perspective works.
Can I finish explaining the experiment directly pertaining to perspective?
How long is this going to take, dude? I already told you what's going on.
Well, it's just I keep getting interrupted.
All right, so please take more time than needed, right? Do that.
Well, it's just when there's a bunch of talking in my ears.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep taking more time than needed. Yeah, do that again.
You're just gonna keep meta?
Okay. Are you gonna actually pertain to the conversation?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. So you got your mirror, right? And so you mark on the mirror where the top of your head is and where the bottom, where your feet are, right? And so there are lines where you visually have ascertained where your height and where your height is, basically the top and bottom of you. And then as you walk away from it, those 2 points where you've ascertained the top and bottom of you don't actually move as you get further away. It stays the same. You can get like a dry erase
Dude,
marker.
what are you talking about?
You
That's
can go to like
incorrect.
your
You know when
bathroom
things
mirror.
converge, when things converge towards
You
the
can look.
point, the angle that you're going to see it at is changing.
So we have
Like if I
two
put
angles,
a
right?
rock on my feet,
We have two angles.
When I put a
And
rock on my feet and it's a negative angle, like I got to look down to see it, and then I move the rock really far away, and I got to look up to see the rock now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you not know what perspective is? Like, seriously.
Well, perspective has the appearance of things getting smaller as you get further. Right? The angle does change. I'm agreeing with you. The two angles that you're measuring in this experiment,
You should
from your
not
eye
be
to the top of your
explaining
head,
stuff like this. No,
and then
you
from your
failed to
eye, and
explain
then the
things.
second angle would be from your eyes to the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, thank goodness you don't teach anybody about perspective, right? Because then they just wouldn't understand.
Thank goodness you don't
All
understand.
right, what was I incorrect with respect to understanding perspective? Was the definition inappropriate?
Yeah, first you said that the elevation angle of your
Remember,
target won't
electric
change over distance.
just came into science.
First you
Remember that.
said
10
the
years
elevation
ago,
angle you measure to know the height of it wouldn't change if you increase the distance to your
No,
target.
what I
Absolutely
refuted was
incorrect.
things rising to your eye level.
That's what I said. So you're pretty much just saying what I said.
So that was an
worse.
inappropriate use of
So
terms
you
here
trying
with
to
respect
steal man
to
perspective is a horrible fail. You should stop doing that. Anyway, so what I said was,
Well, none of what I
on the
said
Earth, it doesn't matter what you said.
was
You were wrong.
talking about
So on the
rising to eye level.
Dude, calm down.
In fact,
On
none of
the
this was eye level. This was a consistent things above eye level with respect to looking at the top of your head.
I know you're
and
stuck trying to correct the
consistently
mistake.
looking below
Nobody
your eye
cares.
level and staying below eye level when looking at the bottom of your feet. And so at no
Okay,
point
so
were
you're
things rising
just
to your eye
now
level.
trying to understand perspective. That's very sad. So this
Well,
is the
at
problem.
no point is this rising to your eye level.
So this is the problem with the globe. You see the ground beneath your feet, right? When you look straight forward, the ground appears near eye level, right? So therefore, perspective is causing something that is at an elevation that is below your feet, making the ground appear above your feet. So therefore, the ground is in an apparent position. That's not taking an angle to its geometric position.
Wait, when you're saying it's above your feet, you mean you're just looking further than your feet?
Oh boy, are you slow as F. This is what I'm telling you. Listen
How is that?
close.
In what
You
sense
think
is this
you're
an
measuring
above?
Earth? Listen close. You think you're measuring Earth curve. The ground is apparently rising up into your vantage point. Perspective is causing the convergence towards the vantage point. In the distance,
So
the
when
ground
you look
appears
a foot
above
in front
your
of you,
feet. The ground appears above your feet.
the point
That is
1
the
foot
wrong
in front of your
elevation.
feet.
You know the ground is.
going
You think you're
to
looking at elevation change. This is what
vantage
globers
point?
say. You guys think that when you see the ground rising in front of you, that's due to elevation change. It's not due to perspective. So where the horizon appears, that's not its geometric position. Simple stuff.
Electric, I think you're being extremely vague about which angles are
I don't know. It
being
sounds like you're
measured.
multitasking. Like you don't even comprehend why this is being said. You don't know what perspective is, and you're clicking
Well,
around.
I'd like you to clarify which angles are being measured. I'd like you to be a little bit more specific.
I already told you what angles are being measured. You're measuring elevation
right.
angles to the height of a target, the peak of your target. from your observer point, an elevation angle.
All right. And so which
So
target
now
are you
you know
measuring?
what we're doing. Wow, you're so far behind. It's pathetic. This is crazy.
And so which target are you measuring? I mean, could you skip past the insults?
Just imagine whatever your
stay
target is a
pertinent?
banana or like a picture of yourself. How about your target
Is
a
that
unicorn?
is that how you make yourself feel better by just basically insulting rather than
What is
staying
insulting about what
focused
I
on the
said?
subject
You
matter?
want your target to be a banana? This is what you're talking about.
So when you say the words, "Oh, you're so fucking stupid," that has something very specific to do with perspective, right? That has to do with your points about perspective.
I don't know.
Yeah, those words were important.
Remember, you know,
Nothing you're saying is important. You're not describing
people who
perspective
curse
correctly.
like that.
Yeah. More just baseless,
window.
baseless insults.
Yes, exactly. People who curse like that, Brother Mogi, is a sample of their intelligence. It is not expansive.
So when you
Because
actually want to do the
they don't have
math,
words.
when you
They
actually
don't
want
have
to
good words.
explore the concept,
Their head is filled with locker
All
room
right.
talk,
So, Rob, do you
trolling
know what an
language,
elevation angle is?
locker room talk, and trolling language. They are
Yeah, you
not
don't know what an
smart
elevation
people.
angle is either, do
Not
you?
perfect.
That's
Look,
stupid.
look.
All right, so what you're
I'm
saying is
perfectly aware of what an elevation angle is. It's just you're not illustrating
why do you think the
what
apparent angular
you're not
size of something
illustrating
changes?
the effect you're looking to demonstrate here.
Why does the angular size of something change over distance?
Because your distance changes. It's like there's a focal point for something, right? And then they're your eyes, right? And so that's how right triangles work in general.
Okay, now what is the mathematical concept or the concept in physics that governs that? Electric? What's it called?
Shut up, Rob.
Yeah, okay, exactly. See, you don't know. It's called, let me just tell you, it's called the inverse square law, right? So distance is related to intensity or speed,
We're not
right?
talking about the
Those
intensity
things
and
inverse
attenuation of
square.
light.
You didn't
We're
know.
not talking about the inverse square law.
You. I just,
What the heck is
no.
wrong with you? We're talking
What I'm
about
saying is you
perspective.
asked me about the angular size change. The
Dude,
angular
you're
size
completely
change.
lost.
Angular size change